the beacon of Baker County.
Welcome to Baker High Wildcats football. And now, Baker High Wildcats football.
And good evening, everybody, and welcome to Memorial Stadium, downtown McClenny, Florida. Excited tonight's matchup between the Baker County Wildcats and the Bishop Kenny Crusaders. I'm Mike Cruz, joined as always by Jackie Baker and statistician Justin Thomas, and we're set to bring you all the action of Baker County Wildcat football coming to you live here tonight. Homecoming night in McClenny, Florida tonight, and a beautiful night for football as cooler weather rolled in this morning, and it's a beautiful night here with very little humidity and just a beautiful night for football. We're a few minutes away from kickoff, just to let folks know, as one of the things that happens from time to time as the kickers were warming up prior to the game. A transformer was struck by a football on the west end of the stadium, which blew the lights for tonight's ball game. So FPL, Florida Power and Lights, here on the scene, and they're working to get the lights restored. Other than that, we've got full power and obviously radio signal, so we're good to go on that front. But until the lights are back on, the game will not be on. So we're waiting for that to happen, and it looks like it'll probably happen within a short time. As I said, FPL's been here on the scene, and they're working to get the lights restored as quickly as possible. But again, I'm Mike Cruz, joined by Jackie Baker, and we'll get you set up for this ball game tonight because we won't have too lengthy of a delay, and we'll be here playing. The Wildcats 6-1 on the season after the big win last week, 28-12 on the road against Callahan, West Nassau. Wildcats in that game behind the running of Carson Crawford and the passing of Carson Crawford, and defensive effort that the Wildcats put forth last week. Tonight we face a Bishop Kenny team that's 1-5 on the season. They play a tough schedule, obviously, but they've had a tough year. And Bishop Kenny coming into the ball game at 1-5, Wildcats 6-1. So just looking down the road for the Wildcats tonight, homecoming here against Bishop Kenny, a team with not a great record. Next week, Swanee comes in, and Swanee's a good football team. That'll give us an indicator of where we stand before the playoffs. In 3 weeks, the Wildcats will host Panama City Arnold here on the 13th of November in the playoff game number 1. So what we've got between now and then is the opportunity for the Cats to take that win last week against West Nassau, build some momentum as they head toward the home stretch here against Swanee next week, and then 2 weeks from tonight, the playoff game with Panama City Arnold. So the structure in the Class 5A and the Florida High School Activities Association this year is that all teams in 5A are in the playoffs. So every team, because of the COVID-19 situation and the fact that some teams have, there's really no district alignment this year. Everything is done by region. So every team within the region that the Wildcats play in is part of the playoffs. So all those teams went into a hat, so to speak, and it came out that the Wildcats would host round 1, and we'll play Panama City Arnold. They'll make the trip over here. And then depending on what happens in that game, the Wildcats will play their way through the bracket. So it looks like a favorable bracket for the Wildcats, but you never know until you get into that. So we're excited about the opportunity to have playoffs, but what it means for the Wildcats right now is that for the next 3 weeks, the Wildcats are guaranteed to be here at home. We've got tonight homecoming against Bishop Kenny. We got next week against Swanee here at home, and then in 2 weeks, like I said, Panama City Arnold here for the first playoff game of the Class 5A, the first week of playoffs for Class 5A. So, so that's exciting. 3 home games in a row. Wildcats here in front of the home crowd, and got a lot to talk about in terms of that. What you're going to see from Bishop Kenny tonight, and Jackie will join me in just a minute to kind of break down the game and what we're going to see from the Wildcats and Bishop Kenny. Bishop Kenny's going to run some run-pass option. They're going to run the quarterbacks. They're going to try to split it out with the running backs and others. So we're getting an update here just momentarily on the situation with the lights, and I'll come back and give that to you in just a moment. You're listening to Wildcat Football on WFBB. We'll take about a 3-minute break, and we'll come back and give you an update on the game time and the information that goes along with that. So we'll be right back. You're listening to Wildcat Football on WFBB.
Baker High Wildcats football is being brought to you by American Recycling Center. Recycling helps the environment. American Recycling offers compensation for cans, radiators, copper, brass, and aluminum. American Recycling Center located at 5325 Woodlawn Road. That's 1/2 mile west of 121 near I-10. Open weekdays from 9 till 5, Saturdays from 9 to 1. Telephone 631-0152. That's 631-0152. American Recycling Center. Happy to support Baker High football.
Baker County Farm Bureau wants to wish the Baker County Wildcats much success this football season. Baker County Farm Bureau, specializing in auto insurance, homeowners insurance, along with life insurance. To get started with Farm Bureau, contact Jack Baker or Justin Webb at 259-6332. That's 259-6332.
We all make choices about alcohol. Kids make choices whether to drink or not.
Bye, Dad. Remember, I'm going to Alex's party tonight and sleeping over.
Hey, remind me about that party again?
And adults make choices whether to talk about it. That's true of parents and every other trusted adult in a kid's life. Kids want to know our expectations, and they want honest answers in everyday conversations. So talk with your kids and help lead them on a positive path, because when you talk, they hear you. Learn more at underagedrinking.samhsa.gov.
Blackburn Curry Funeral and Cremation is honored to be a sponsor of Wildcat football. James Curry is a proud Baker County Wildcat, class of 1987. He and his wife Shannon own Blackburn Curry Funeral and Cremation, located at 380 North Louder Street in McClenny. They can be reached 24 hours a day by calling 259-2806. To learn more, please visit www.blackburncurryfh.com. Proving not all funeral homes are the same, one family at a time. Go Wildcat.
Hi, this is Larry Birkins of Birkins Chevrolet in McClenny. It is truly an honor to help make these Wildcat radio broadcasts possible. Birkins Chevrolet with sales and service 6 days a week. Cars, trucks, SUVs, certified used cars. We help customers establish or reestablish credit. Thank you, Wildcat fans. From Larry Birkins at Birkins Chevrolet, US 90 in the heart of McClenny.
Online at BirkinsChevy.com.
Hey, Wildcat fans. This is Anita Cruz with Country Financial Credit Union. This challenging year has caused us to miss out on many of our favorite things, but thankfully it hasn't taken away our Friday night lights. It also hasn't changed our credit union's ability to serve your financial needs. Whether you're looking for fee-free checking, mobile banking, or great rates on loans, we're here to help. In fact, we're big enough to meet all your financial needs, yet small enough to deliver personal service to every member. Country Financial Credit Union, hometown banking, hometown people, and proud sponsor of the Baker County Wildcats, insured by NCUA.
For over 50 years, Dependable Heating and Air Conditioning has been serving the community of McClenny. They provide quality air conditioning, HVAC, and electrical work to the residents of McClenny and the surrounding areas. The phone number for Dependable Heating and Air Conditioning is 259-6546. Oscar and Susie Gray would like to say, go Wildcats. Again, that's Dependable Heating and Air Conditioning, 259-6546.
Dual State Real Estate is a proud supporter of Wildcat football. We offer home and land sales as well as property management in Florida and Georgia. Come in for a free consultation and we'll show you how to get up to 16% more for your property. Mention this ad and we'll give you free buyer representation. Don't hesitate. Call Dual State, owned and operated by Sabrina Thrift. Call us today at 904-397-0263 or check us out at dualstaterealestate.com. We'll give you service you deserve, from people you can trust. And at Dual State Real Estate, we are always Wildcat proud.
Since 1981, Higginbotham's Towing and Recovery has been serving the community of Baker County, providing safe and reliable towing needs. If you need a car or truck towed, or even a shed in your backyard, Higginbotham's is the place to call. Located in Glen St. Mary, they are available 24 hours, 7 days a week. 259-4375. That's 259-4375. The Higginbotham family is so excited to be a proud supporter of Wildcat football.
And we welcome you back here to Memorial Stadium, downtown McClenny, Florida. Tonight's action features the home team, the Baker County Wildcats, taking on the Crusaders from Bishop Kenny over in Jacksonville, Florida. The Wildcats getting set to do battle with Bishop Kenny here tonight. I mentioned to you a moment ago that we're in a delay here as there was a transformer on the west end of the stadium that was blown before the game, and it controls the lights to the stadium. So there's some diligent work happening in the stadium right now by Florida Power and Light to get those lights restored. And as soon as that happens, we'll get the game underway here. But right now it's a little dark in the stadium as the lights have not yet been fully restored. But we are planning on having a football game within the next, I would say, 15 minutes or so, hopefully. The last update we had was that the panel was being put into the transformer, and then they were going to test the lights. So hopefully we will have some light shed on the situation here. No pun intended. So Bishop Kenny comes in the ball game tonight with a 1-5 record. The Wildcats on the year 6-1 so far, and looking to get another win in the win column. As I mentioned a while ago, the big thing for the Cats as they move down toward the latter part of the season is that we want to get some momentum rolling. You know, the Wildcats were rolling at 5-0, came in here and faced a tough Bulls Bulldog team a couple of weeks ago, and it's humbling to have your first loss of the year, especially as motivated as the Cats were for that game to find out, you know, how good we could be against Bulls. And that game did not obviously go the way the Wildcats needed it to go. And so you leave that game 5-1, and then you have to go rebuild and find some momentum. And that's what the Cats did last week. We went on the road, faced West Nassau, 28-12 win on the road. West Nassau, always a tough team, one of those teams that's going to play you tough. They did just that. They played the Wildcats tough last week, but it was a good, hard-fought win for the Cats on the road. Almost 450 yards total offense in that game for the Cats. And really, talking with Coach Kevin Mays this past week on the Dependable Heating and Air Conditioning Wildcat Radio Coaches Show, he kind of alluded to the fact that we left some points on the field. But I think Coach Mays would agree that, you know, coming off of the Bulls loss, getting the win, and starting to build that momentum as we head into this week and then next week to end the season and rolling into the playoffs, that's what you want to do. So tonight is all about taking that next step, building some momentum, and trying to get a big win here against Bishop Kenny on homecoming night, keeping the folks happy. But I will tell you this, Jackie, as you join me here tonight, one of the things that Coach Mays, you know, it's hard to keep players focused during homecoming week, so you don't want that to become an issue, right?
Yeah, I mean, you can look at it tonight. Administration may or may not have forgot to pay the light bill up there. So that's what we've been checking on tonight, and so we're still in a delay. Mr. Hyde, are we live on Facebook? Just want to let those people know also that are just joining us that we are currently under a delay, a lighting delay, not a lightning delay, a lighting delay, because we can't get the stadium lights to come on.
Yeah, we walked through the situation, and the folks are aware, Jackie, and we told them that FPL's here, and we hopefully will get some lights on the situation here soon. But, hey, in the meantime, you know, it's homecoming night here at Baker County. The stands are getting packed. The only problem, you can't see very good, can you? You're going to need a flashlight, though.
No, you can't see at all, Mike, and I did just get confirmation from Mr. Hyatt that our Facebook live stream is up and going now, so we want to make the viewing audience, the ones not listening on the radio, aware that we are currently in a delay trying to get the lights to come on. FPL's on the scene. Baker County School District Maintenance is on the scene, so trying to get it resolved and get us some lights so we can play football here on homecoming night.
Yeah, and if you are listening to the radio broadcast right now and you're wondering what Jackie's talking about, on our home games this year, we've been able to have the YouTube live stream of the football game so that you can watch the game and hear the audio broadcast at the same time. If you go to bakerk12.org and /BCHS, you can find that link to the game, or you can go to Daily Growl TV on Facebook, or you can go to a number of different places. But if you just go to the high school website, if you Google Baker County High School and the website there, you can definitely find the link to the game on YouTube. And then if you have a smart TV or something like that, you can watch it at your home while you listen to the audio broadcast. And you've got time to get that set up because we're still probably some time away from kickoff here tonight. I was optimistic, hoping the lights were going to come on within the next 10 minutes or so, and it looks like they are starting to come on now. So that's a good sign as you hear the crowd in the background here. And hopefully we're a few minutes away from getting to the start of tonight's ball game. Jackie, I mentioned to the folks that Bishop Kenny comes in the ball game with a 1-5 record. They've struggled this year. They haven't been the Bishop Kenny team. They're rebuilding over there. Talking to some folks with the Bishop Kenny program. And they've just had a run of some bad luck. They've had some injuries that have plagued them. They've got some young guys in some key roles. So, it's one of those years that Bishop Kenny's struggling. You haven't seen that a lot in the last 10 years or so. Bishop Kenny's been a solid program, but this year they're struggling. So they will throw the run-pass option at the Wildcats. So it will be somewhat of a test for the Wildcats to see how our defense can play as we head down the stretch. And the biggest thing that we talked about is building momentum. Last week, a good, tough win against West Nassau on the road. Tonight, you're at home. Next week, you're going to finish the season with Swanee. You got to get past the hurdles of those being homecoming and senior night. But if you can build that momentum and roll through these games, then you're going to be ready for week one of the playoffs.
Yeah, and, make no mistake about it, Mike. Bishop Kenny, you're right. They are 1-5 on the season, but a few close games. They lost to Episcopal 42-38. They beat West Nassau 27-24. Lost a close one to Orange Park 38-35. So, they're not just getting manhandled out there. So a good Bishop Kenny team, like you said, not as good as they have been in the past, but a team that you can't take lightly with a 1-5 record. So Baker County, they're going to have to come out. Wildcats are going to have to come out and play, and you've alluded to it a couple times tonight, all the homecoming festivities. So trying to keep the focus of this team off of a one-week win against a scrappy West Nassau team. They got to get after it week in and week out and building that confidence and that momentum going into the playoffs. Like you said, this is a game that you want to do that.
Yeah, the Wildcats are going to come out tonight dressed in all red. They've got the red pants with the red jerseys trimmed in white numerals and the black helmets. Bishop Kenny is going to be in all white. The white pants, the white jerseys trimmed in black numerals, and they also have black helmets. So both teams now on the field, a little bit more pregame warm-up as they'll have some time to stretch out here before kickoff, but we should be going here within the next 10 minutes or so. We'll still have the national anthem ahead and a couple of things. So I'll tell you what we're going to do, Jackie. We'll send it back to the station for a 5-minute break. John Meadows back at Glen Baptist running the booth. If you'll give us a 5-minute break, when we come back, we should be ready to get this game going for all the folks at home. So you're listening to Wildcat Football right here on WFBB. We'll be back after this 5-minute timeout.
Baker High Wildcats football is being brought to you by American Recycling Center. Recycling helps the environment. American Recycling offers compensation for cans, radiators, copper, brass, and aluminum. American Recycling Center located at 5325 Woodlawn Road. That's 1/2 mile west of 121 near I-10. Open weekdays from 9 till 5, Saturdays from 9 to 1. Telephone 631-0152. That's 631-0152. American Recycling Center. Happy to support Baker High football.
Baker County Farm Bureau wants to wish the Baker County Wildcats much success this football season. Baker County Farm Bureau, specializing in auto insurance, homeowners insurance, along with life insurance. To get started with Farm Bureau, contact Jack Baker or Justin Webb at 259-6332. That's 259-6332.
Life, it's not how far you can throw the ball.
It's not how high you can fly.
It's not how fast you can run.
Or how many touchdowns you can score that matters. It's really how you play the game that counts.
Because the game only lasts 4 quarters.
For a few years. For that moment in time.
Good sportsmanship.
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 Lasts a lifetime.
Blackburn Curry Funeral and Cremation is honored to be a sponsor of Wildcat football. James Curry is a proud Baker County Wildcat, class of 1987. He and his wife Shannon own Blackburn Curry Funeral and Cremation, located at 380 North Louder Street in McClenny. They can be reached 24 hours a day by calling 259-2806. To learn more, please visit www.blackburncurryfh.com. Proving not all funeral homes are the same, one family at a time. Go Wildcat.
Hi, this is Larry Birkins of Birkins Chevrolet in McClenny. It is truly an honor to help make these Wildcat radio broadcasts possible. Birkins Chevrolet with sales and service 6 days a week. Cars, trucks, SUVs, certified used cars. We help customers establish or reestablish credit. Thank you, Wildcat fans. From Larry Birkins at Birkins Chevrolet, US 90 in the heart of McClenny.
Online at BirkinsChevy.com.
Hey, Wildcat fans. This is Anita Cruz with Country Financial Credit Union. This challenging year has caused us to miss out on many of our favorite things, but thankfully it hasn't taken away our Friday night life. It also hasn't changed our credit union's ability to serve your financial needs. Whether you're looking for fee-free checking, mobile banking, or great rates on loans, we're here to help. In fact, we're big enough to meet all your financial needs, yet small enough to deliver personal service to every member. Country Financial Credit Union, hometown banking, hometown people, and proud sponsor of the Baker County Wildcats, insured by NCUA.
For over 50 years, Dependable Heating and Air Conditioning has been serving the community of McClenny. They provide quality air conditioning, HVAC, and electrical work to the residents of McClenny and the surrounding areas. The phone number for Dependable Heating and Air Conditioning is 259-6546. Oscar and Susie Gray would like to say, go Wildcats. Again, that's Dependable Heating and Air Conditioning, 259-6546.
Dual State Real Estate is a proud supporter of Wildcat football. We offer home and land sales as well as property management in Florida and Georgia. Come in for a free consultation and we'll show you how to get up to 16% more for your property. Mention this ad and we'll give you free buyer representation. Don't hesitate. Call Dual State, owned and operated by Sabrina Thrift. Call us today at 904-397-0263 or check us out at dualstaterealestate.com. We'll give you service you deserve from people you can trust. And at Dual State Real Estate, we are always Wildcat proud.
Since 1981, Higginbotham's Towing and Recovery has been serving the community of Baker County, providing safe and reliable towing needs. If you need a car or truck towed, or even a shed in your backyard, Higginbotham's is a place to call. Located in Glen St. Mary, they are available 24 hours, 7 days a week. 259-4375. That's 259-4375. The Higginbotham family is so excited to be a proud supporter of Wildcat football.
And we welcome you back here to Memorial Stadium, downtown McClenny, Florida. Mike Cruz, Jackie Baker getting you set for the kickoff. And we're only about 15 minutes delayed. FPL came, did a great job, got the lights back on here, and now both teams on the field getting ready for the start of tonight's ball game. As I mentioned, Wildcats in all red pants with the red jerseys, trimmed in white numerals with the black helmet. And the Wildcats will be kicking off to the Bishop Kenny Crusaders to start the game. They've got two return men standing down around the 10-yard line. And here we go. Kickoff comes short. It's going to be fumbled, but Bishop Kenny's going to cover it right there at the 45. They'll start at 1st and 10 from the 45-yard line, moving right to left across your radio dial.
Oh, man, that's exactly what you wanted to happen right there. He pooch kicks it right to the up man, and he fumbles the ball, and the Wildcats not there to recover. So Bishop Kenny going to start with good field position here. Bishop Kenny did win the toss. They did it in the dark, Mike, and elected to receive. So trying to change something up.
No deferral. Quarterback is Leonard, and the running back is number 24, Baylor Newsom. 1st down and 10 from the 45-yard line. Snap back. Quarterback's going to run the option left. He's going to keep it himself, and he gets across midfield before the Wildcats bring him down. A gain of about 6 yards on the play.
Yeah, a lot of option out of this Bishop Kenny offense, Mike, and something the Wildcats struggled a little bit with in that West Nassau game, and at times looked really well defending the option, and other times almost looked like geometry out there.
Well, that time the quarterback, actually number 2, Brad Miller, he's just a junior, ran that option to the left, made the right decision, got about 7 yards on the play. Actually, it'll be 2nd and 3. One back in the backfield, that's Newsom, number 24. They send the man in motion on 2nd down. Give the ball straight to Newsom. Newsom running straight ahead. He's going to power ahead for maybe a yard, but it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Man, that's a tough yard if he got that, Mike. Wildcat defensive line doing a good job there, standing Newsom up. That's what you're going to have to do all night. You're going to get a heavy dose of a big Newsom. Then the quarterback and the option. So another one of those nights you got a lot of assignment football to do tonight.
3rd down and 1. Newsom in the backfield. 3 receivers, 3 to the top, 1 to the bottom. 4 receiver set here. Quarterback Miller takes a snap, going to give it to Newsom. He bounces outside. He's going to get close to the 1st down yardage, but again, the Wildcats do a good job, but I think he's going to get the 1st down.
Yeah, he picked up the 1st down. Didn't have much to go there, and he bounced it outside, like you said. Initially, I thought the contact was behind the line of scrimmage, but Newsom, a big kid back there.
He's a big boy. He goes about 200 pounds. He's a junior. We'll talk more about him a little bit later on. He's a guy that I've known since he was a baby, so we'll talk more about him. He's in the backfield there, number 24. Here we go. 1st down and 10, and they're going to move on the offensive line, but no flag. Quarterback's going to keep it himself and run to the right side. It looked like there was motion on the right side of the Bishop Kenny line of scrimmage, but
a lot.
But the quarterback is able to get through there for about a 4-yard gain. It looked like about 3 guys moving at the same time.
Maybe they snapped it really early and everybody else was on the different page, but you're right. I saw 3 or 4 Bishop Kenny offensive linemen moving around down there before the snap, it looked like.
2nd down and 6 coming up for Bishop Kenny after that last play. They're going to put 1 back in the backfield again, another 4 receiver set. Quarterback is Miller. To his right, the back is Newsom. Snap back to the quarterback. He's going to keep it himself. No, Newsom's got it. He's running left, and Newsom's down across the 40 to the 35. They ran the zone replay, and I thought the quarterback kept it, but Newsom's going to pick up about 8 yards.
No, and I'll tell you what, the quarterback, Brad Miller, he does a great job on that read option play. We saw the West Nassau quarterback last week. Felt like he operated out of that read option very well, but Miller, another kid that can come in here and run it to perfection, and he's showing that as Bishop Kenny's trying to put a drive together here on the opening play, or opening drive, I should say.
1st down and 10 from the Wildcat 35-yard line. Bishop Kenny took the ball at the 45 after we had that short little pooch kick that we almost recovered, and they've managed a couple of 1st downs here. Toss sweep to the right side. Newsom's got it running around the corner, and he's not going anywhere this time. That was kind of a miscue from the start. They weren't on the same page. Quarterback late getting the pitch out there, and the Wildcats shut it down in the backfield.
Yeah, Garrett Kane on the play that time. Able to grab Newsom in the backfield, makes a good play, tackle from behind. So a good hustle play from Garrett Kane from his middle linebacker spot. You're going to hear his name a lot tonight. Camilo Rollins not able to make the trip.
Second down 11 from the 36-yard line. They're going to keep the ball. Miller's running it to the right, option right, and this option right is going to be blown up by the Wildcat defense. Nowhere to run over there on the right side of the field on the short side, and they're going to lose about 5.
No, and that time again, I mentioned his name 2 times. He didn't make the tackle, but Garrett Kane did his job. He talked about that option, having to play assignment football. Garrett Kane knew his job was the quarterback, and he let Miller have it, forced the pitch, and let him have it. And I didn't see who made the tackle.
Ronnie Ellis.
Ronnie Ellis comes in and cleans it up. So
15 over there. Garrett Kane taking a breather now on the sideline. Good job for the last couple of plays. Third down and 15 from the 40-yard line. Bishop Kenny settles in. Obviously a passing situation here. 7:28 to go, just underway from Memorial Stadium. Miller's under heavy pressure, and he's going to be hit from both sides. He fumbles the football. Bishop Kenny's going to get it, but my goodness, drilled in the backfield, Jamarian Baker, along with Orlando Holland back there for the sack.
Oh, man, we've mentioned Jamarian Baker's name on defense a few times, and every time it seems like a highlight hit. And that one, nonetheless, Miller's going to know Jamarian Baker was in there that time. Bring up a 4th down and 25. So after a good start by that Bishop Kenny offense, that Baker County defense steps up. Going to force the 4th and long.
2 big plays for loss in a row, and here's a good punt coming from the Bishop Kenny punter. Going to take a roll, and their guy's going to down it right there. Could have rolled further, but like you said, thank you. It'll be 1st down and 10 for the Cats from the 15. Good job by the Wildcat defense there. After they gave up a couple of 1st downs, it's one of those things. I mean, listen, people will say, oh my goodness, but listen, when you're playing a run-pass option team, it takes a moment for the defense to figure out what's going on out there. And once you get settled in, it's all up to what the adjustments they're going to make. But once you get settled in, you got to follow the ball, man. And it's tough. That's a tough defense to follow, or tough offense to follow.
And you can replicate it or try to replicate it all week long in practice, but you know as well as I do, Mike, until you get out here and you get on the field and it becomes live, there's nothing like live football. So, yeah, you may have seen it, you may have studied it, but with these guys pushing on you full force and running full speed and things of that nature, it does. You're right. It takes a little while to get in your groove and get going.
Wildcats will have it from our 15-yard line to start the game here on offense. And as Jackie mentioned, Bishop Kenny took the opening kickoff. They won the toss and elected to receive. They ran some time off the clock, almost half of the first quarter on that first drive, but unable to get anything with it after a couple of 1st downs. So the Cats, 1st and 10 from the 15. Carson Crawford's going to take it. He's going to give it straight up the middle, and the Wildcats are going to get a run out across the 20 and out to the 24-yard line, just carrying defenders with him, and that's Scooby Graham.
Scooby Graham is, I'll tell you, we know what Scooby Graham was capable of, but these last 2 or 3 games, he's just getting after it.
Second down play, Jamarian Baker's going to get it going around the left end, and Jamarian Baker's got a hole, 35, 40, 45 across the 50. He lowers his shoulder across the 50 into Bishop Kenny's territory down to the 45-yard line.
Carson Crawford's telling Miller on the other side, listen, I can run this option too a little bit if you'll let me.
Wildcats will go hurry up here. They've got 1st and 10 from the Bishop Kenny 44-yard line as Jamarian Baker, a big run a moment ago. You saw the speed for Baker down the sideline. 1st and 10 now. Cats with 2 receivers left and 1 to the right. Scooby Graham straight ahead. He's got a hole 25-20. Scooby's taking it to the house. 10-5 touchdown. Scooby Graham. And just like that, in 3 plays, the Wildcats are in the end zone and they go 85 yards.
32 seconds. We just talked about Bishop Kenny holding the ball for almost half of that first quarter, and Wildcat offense gets their hands on it, and in 32 seconds finds pay dirt on a Scooby Graham long touchdown run.
44 yards on the touchdown run for Scooby. And give him about 55 yards on that opening series. Only 3 plays. They went 85 yards in 3 plays. Blake Mays is going to add the extra point here, and the kick is going to be off to the left. No good. Oh, Blake had been kicking so good. He's going to kick this one off to the left. No good. It'll be 6-0 with the missed extra point. The Wildcats take the early lead here with 6 minutes to go in the first quarter we had, speaking of number 5, Scooby Graham, we had Scooby Graham on our dependable heating and air conditioning Wildcat Radio coaches show this past Monday night. Love having Scooby Graham on the radio, Jackie, and he was fired up this week and told us, the things that he was looking forward down the stretch here, his senior year, trying to make the best of this weird season we've had so far, but a lot of goals still in front of this Wildcat team, and Scooby was excited about it. He comes out here, rattles off a 45-yard touchdown run.
Yeah, I mean, just like we said, we knew what Scooby Graham could do, and it seems like he's finally found his groove and the way he's been running the football.
Well, I tell you, the one thing about Scooby that both of us appreciate and what Scooby said to us on the show this past Monday night was, we got a lot of different guys up here running the ball and carrying the ball. You got Cam Smith, you got Jamarian Baker, Carson Crawford carries the ball a lot each game. What Scooby said is, hey, I want to give my chance and contribute to this team. Nobody really cares about their own individual stats, and you appreciate that about a guy like Scooby, who was basically all the offense last year.
Yeah, I mean, a guy who has rushed for over 1,000 yards, I think, every year in high school so far. And this year, right, if I had to guess, probably not close to that mark, and he doesn't care at all.
1st and 10, Bishop Kenny, they'll take it from the 38-yard line. Miller's going to give the ball this time a different back in the backfield for the Crusaders, and he's going to run it out across the 40. Couple-yard gain on that play. That's number 33 carrying the ball for Bishop Kenny. Diana DeCono. He's going to check out of the game now, and 32 is going to check in, and that is Price Watson. Watson, the back in the backfield now.
Great tackle by Connor South on that play. Drilling the holes, a couple linemen pulling for Bishop Kenny, trying to open something up, and Connor South said, not on my watch.
2nd down and 8. Now 3 backs in the backfield along with the quarterback, Miller. A little confusion on that side of the ball. Now they send 2 in motion at the same time. They have to be set. Now they're set. 2nd down and 8. Quarterback Miller is going to try to swing one out of there, and that ball is batted down at the line of scrimmage. I think Zane Mobley got his hand on it.
Big Zane Mobley with that 12-foot wingspan he's got. He would have get his arms out there and deflect that ball.
Jackie, you like dill pickles?
Oh, yeah, man.
I went down to the concession stand earlier. I got 2. If you want one, let me know. These are some good dill pickles.
Yeah, my wife, we keep a big jar of dill pickles in our refrigerator.
I'm just telling you, these came from a good batch, so you might have to try one. 3rd down and 7 now. Bishop Kenny sends a man in motion. They've got 5 receivers in the set now. Quarterback Miller, straight drop. He's under pressure. They hit a little swing pass underneath, and it's going to be stopped short of the 1st down. As number 22 came across there, that was Andrew Tabor, and he's tackled 4 yards short of the 1st down, and it'll be 4th down.
Little bubble screen, but Connor South all over it. Held him up just long enough. I thought it was going to be. Otherwise, you better go down, man. Don't hang on too long like that. You got big Ronnie Ellis coming in for that safety position. Yeah, the Wildcats have been hitting folks this year. That time looked like we were going to get a chance to tee off on the quarterback, but they had a little slip screen play. Probably not a bad play call, but the Wildcats did a nice job running to the football once the catch was made. 4th down, they need about 3. They're going to punt it away from their own 35-yard line. The punter gets his foot into it. It's going to take a roll at the 20-yard line, and the Wildcats, Jamil Jones back there, he almost thought about picking it up, but it's going to be down to around the 11. Yeah, that one took a weird bounce. I think if it had took that long bounce, he was going to scoop it up and at least stop it from rolling, but didn't get a chance that time, so the Wildcats are going to take over from the 12-yard line. Very similar starting position as the last drive when they scored in 32 seconds to make the score 6-0 Wildcat.
I guess the dill pickle thing sounded funny on the radio, Jackie. I got like 5 texts in a row, but listen, these things are outstanding. 1st down and 10 from the 12-yard line. Carson Crawford in the shotgun, going to take the ball, give it straight ahead. The Wildcats a big hole there, across the 20 to the 25. This is Jamarian Baker coming out to the 40-yard line. A big run there, almost 30 yards on the game for Jamarian Baker out near the 41-yard line.
My goodness, this offensive line is just opening holes tonight. Jamarian Baker, Scooby Graham, just having a field day. There's a hole every time they touch the football. So a great job by the big guys up front.
First down and 10 from the 40-yard line now. Carson Crawford, two receivers left, one to the right, takes the snap, looking to throw the football. Looks down the middle, deep. He's got a man. J-Mod Ruiz makes the catch at the 35. Oh, and he was off to the races. J-Mod would have had a touchdown except for a shoestring tackle. And number 42, Floresdale, takes him down. But J-Mod, a nice throw and catch there from Crawford to Ruiz.
Oh, man, look like the turf monster got him, man. I thought he was gone. I thought the safety had a chance at first or the cornerback, but J-Mod trips himself up the end of the play.
First down and 10 from the 25-yard line. Now Crawford going to give the ball. No, he keeps it himself straight ahead, and Crawford's going to have a touchdown. 15-10-5 touchdown. Carson Crawford, a little zone read play, keeps it himself in the middle of the field, and he goes 25 yards, and the Cats have two scores within the last 3 minutes.
My goodness, I thought this was going to be a game. Seemed like we put some drives together in that West Nassau game to eat up some clock. So I thought, my goodness, we're going to get one series here, and the first quarter is going to be over. But the Wildcats come on strong and have scored twice now in under 3 minutes.
Blake Mays gets another chance here, and this one looks good. He drills it right down the middle, and the Cats add the extra point to make it 13-0. We'll take a timeout. Let's take a 1-minute timeout. You're listening to Wildcat Football on WFBB.
Baker High Wildcats football is being brought to you by American Recycling Center. Recycling helps the environment. American Recycling offers compensation for cans, radiators, copper, brass, and aluminum. American Recycling Center located at 5325 Woodlawn Road. That's 1/2 mile west of 121 near I-10. Open weekdays from 9 till 5, Saturdays from 9 to 1. Telephone 631-0152. That's 631-0152. American Recycling Center. Happy to support Baker High football.
Hi, this is Larry Birkins of Birkin Chevrolet in McClenny. It is truly an honor to help make these Wildcat radio broadcasts possible. Birkin Chevrolet with sales and service 6 days a week. Cars, trucks, SUVs, certified used cars. We help customers establish or reestablish credit. Thank you, Wildcat fans. From Larry Birkins at Birkin Chevrolet, US 90 in the heart of McClenny.
Online at BirkinChevy.com.
Three minutes and 33 seconds left in the first quarter here tonight. The Wildcats have opened up a 13-0 lead over the Bishop Kenny Crusaders. Mike Cruz, Jackie Baker here with you from Memorial Stadium, bringing you all the action. 2020 Baker County Wildcat football. Tonight we welcome in the Crusaders and the Wildcats on homecoming night here in front of a good crowd, trying to move to 7-1 on the season. Snap taken for Miller. They're going to run a jet sweep to the right side. Running back number 22, that's Tabor on the carry. He was the guy that caught the slip screen a moment ago. He tries to go around the end, picks up decent yardage on first down for the Crusaders.
Yeah, good yardage, and that time looked like Carlos Jefferson on this side put Tabor in motion, and he was trying to signal over there. They were supposed to bump down and somebody pick him up, but he's able to round the corner and pick up decent yardage, like you said, on first down.
Second down play, Baylor Newsome, the running back in the backfield with quarterback Miller. Second down and 2 from the 48-yard line. They're going to run the quarterback. They fake the jet sweep this time, and Miller's going to run it across midfield, and he's going to be down to the 45. A little misdirection there. Saw the receiver coming across. It'll be first down.
Yeah, I tell you, Miller, he does a good job on those fakes. He's got me a couple times tonight. I'm sitting up here with a bird's eye view of it. Brings another receiver in motion. You think another jet sweep, and then you think, well, he's not giving a jet sweep. He's giving it to Newsom in the backfield.
You can't tell people that, Jackie. People think you are the expert up here. You have to let them believe that you know where it's at all times. Kidding. First down and 10 from the 44. Then Newsom in motion. Quarterback Miller gives it to the other side. No, he follows Tabor around the right end, and Miller's going to be driven out of bounds. The flag comes in behind the play. My goodness. Looked like Zane Mobley. They just kind of followed him out of bounds over there, and they're going to throw two flags in. They didn't like what happened at the end, I guess.
Man.
They're calling the numbers and everything with the microphone.
Yeah, I didn't care for that call too much. I thought he thought he played to the whistle. There was nothing malicious about that at all, but one of those plays, man, you can't touch the quarterback.
I was not a big fan of that either. It looked like, as Mobley went out of bounds, it looked like maybe, you see a guy just trying maybe to hold the other guy up, but at some point you just got to let him go because one way or another you're going to get a flag if he falls down or flips down or whatever. We saw that at West Nassau last week.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. Here's what Mobley's trying to do. He's trying to make sure he's out of bounds, number one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
How many times have we seen that where they act like they're going out of bounds and they tiptoe for 2 or 3 more yards? So you got to make sure the guy's going out of bounds.
Bishop Kenny moving the football now, and with the help of the 15-yard penalty, they've got it down to the Wildcat 26-yard line. It's 13-0. Wildcats on top here. And Bishop Kenny comes to the line, 1st and 10 from the 26. They've got Tabor in the backfield along with Newsom and the quarterback Miller. 2:47 to go, first quarter. Newsom goes in motion. They're going to give the ball again. Miller fakes the handoff to Tabor, and Miller goes straight ahead. He'll be upended down there around the 19-yard line. DeHaven Clark got him.
Oh, man, DeHaven Clark got him all right. Almost turned Miller upside down.
Head over heel.
Yeah, good tackle that time by Clark. Miller's taken a couple shots already this game.
2nd down, about 4. So Bishop Kenny, their best field position in this early ball game. They punted a couple of times. This is the 3rd time they've had the football following a couple of Wildcat touchdowns. Miller in the backfield. He's going to take the snap. He's going to give it to Newsom. Newsom running to the right side, hard run, looking for the first down, and a flag comes in behind the play.
And that's what Newsom brings to the table. A couple arm tackles. He was just able to break through and continue turning those legs, pick up positive yards.
Oh, they're going to get the first down because they're going to get the 5-yard face mask added on to the run here. So that's going to move the chains and set the ball up inside the 15-yard line down to the 11 now. So Newsom picked up positive yardage, but it wouldn't have been a first down, and now the face mask gives it to them, and it'll be 1st and 10 from the 11. And they can get a first down at the 1-yard line. So opportunity here, the best opportunity so far of the first quarter for the Crusaders. Miller in the shotgun, takes the snap, straight give. He's going to give it to Newsom, and Newsom's running to the left, and he's going to pick up 6 yards down across the 5-yard line, down to the 4, about a 7-yard gain.
And it seems like, too, we talked about trying to get into your groove. Well, sometimes you got to remember your assignment as well. You can't just get out there and think, oh, well, we made one good stop. And you're going to have to play assignment football all game long. And the second that you make a mental mistake is when this Crusader team can make you pay.
2nd down, 3. Like I said, they can get a first down at the 1-yard line. So it's not a 2nd and goal situation here. Quarterback Miller in the backfield. He's got Newsom. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. He's going to give the ball. No, he keeps it himself, and Miller is going to take it straight ahead for the touchdown. He fakes the handoff to Newsom to the right side, and Miller goes into the end zone, and Bishop Kenny's cut the lead in half.
I mean, nothing fancy. I mean, I know the read option's a little something to watch, but just march right down the field and score a touchdown on this Wildcat defense with ease. Coach Kennedy can't be happy.
Didn't seem difficult, did it?
No. With the help of 20 yards in penalties.
Yeah, the penalties didn't help. Extra point on the way now for Bishop Kenny. Kick is up, and it is good. And they've cut the lead from 13-0 to 13-7. So a lot of points here in the first quarter as both teams have found the end zone. The Wildcats twice and Bishop Kenny once. Wildcats will get another chance with under a minute to go. Go down and see if we can put another drive together. Bishop Kenny, the good news here is Bishop Kenny's had no answer for this Wildcat offense. We've unleashed a couple of big runs against this defense, but you don't like to see that score given up here early by our defense.
No, not at all, especially when you did such a good job at the beginning of the game and then you wait all the way to the end of the first quarter here to give up a touchdown. Like I said, Coach Kennedy can't be happy with that effort on the defense. But as fast as the Wildcat offense has scored, with 56 seconds left to go here in the first quarter, I wouldn't call it 13-7 yet.
Yeah, the end of the first quarter, you mean? I wouldn't either, Jack. Right here on Halloween Eve, Jack. Tomorrow, Halloween. In the great United States of America, big day. We'll talk a lot about college football at halftime tonight. Farm Bureau halftime report and some other things going on in the world of sports. World Series ending this past week and NFL in high gear. Wildcats will take the kickoff return from the 15-yard line. J-Mod Ruiz has got it, running to the left. Ruiz trying to get around the corner over there, and he's going to get tackled from behind. You don't see that very often, but Ruiz tried to go around a couple of the defenders, and they're going to tackle him down around the 24-yard line.
John, and that may have been the play of the game. There's one of the Bishop Kenny assistants sprinting down there, happy with the effort.
I saw that.
His kickoff team had on that one. My goodness.
48 seconds to go, first quarter. Wildcats with the football again now. Carson Crawford brings the team out. Couple of touchdowns early on. 45-yard touchdown run for Scooby Graham on the first possession, and on the second possession, Carson Crawford, a 25-yard touchdown run. So Wildcats have hit pay dirt twice. First down and 10 from the 25. Crawford going to give the football straight ahead, and Scooby's got it, and he's loose again. 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, and Scooby brought down out of bounds at the 42. They'll call it the 43 of Bishop Kenny. Hard running. You're not going to bring Scooby down with an arm tackle.
No, not at all. Scooby Graham, again, another big-time run, but all because of that hole. This offensive line's open it up. Scooby's going to take a breather.
Scooby comes to the sideline to take a breather. He might have 100 yards in the first quarter. This time, Jamarian Baker's got it, 40. Jamarian Baker to the 35, and he's free all the way down to the 25. Big yardage on these runs for the Cats.
I mean, just chunks at the time. If they're going to allow you to run like that, I'm not sure we throw another pass all night long. It's just, we're not even having to put the pitch option into play right now, just handing it to the first guy, and those guys are picking up 10, 15, and 20 at the time.
And not taking much time to do it. Wildcats going to run the ball with Cam Smith this time. Cam Smith comes 25-20. Cam Smith's got a hole. He's going to get a 25-yard touchdown run, but a flag comes in behind the play, and they might call holding on J-Mod Ruiz on this side.
I'm not so sure. They're going to call it, but I'm not so sure it wasn't because he threw his hands up. He didn't do anything wrong.
Cam Smith, electric speed that time, got around the corner, would have been a 25-yard touchdown run. They're going to call the holding on the play, and they're going to back it up. From the spot of the foul, looks like around the 11-yard line, so the Cats will pick up positive yardage on the play, but not what we would have had. 4-yard gain for Cam Smith credited there. It'll be second down and about 6. Or first and 6, since they had the penalty.
I was thinking I was like, when you score a touchdown and if somebody else commits the penalty, it's like, come on, man.
Help me out. Yeah. First down play, they're going to run a little end around here to Cameron Crawford. Cameron's got the ball, and he's going to take it down the sideline to the 10, to the 5, and down to the 3. They ran a little reverse that time. Cameron Crawford coming around, getting the football, takes it to the 3-yard line. It'll be first and goal.
Come on. Make me look like a genius, Kevin. Score.
We hadn't seen that play, Jackie. New wrinkle for the Cats. First down and goal inside the 5. Going to run it Cam Smith. He's got an opportunity to get it back in there, and he does. 3-yard touchdown run for Cam Smith. And the Cats, Jackie, with 7 seconds on the clock, all 3 possessions in the first quarter have scored quickly.
I think all of them have been under a minute.
Oh, my goodness. Quick scoring.
My goodness. But, again, when you're picking up 20 and 25 yards a carry, not hard to do. Bishop Kenny rolling out the Big 12 defense.
Blake Mays going to add the extra point right down the middle. 20-7, the Wildcats lead. 7 seconds left in the quarter. John, after this 7 seconds, we'll take a 1-minute timeout, but we'll let this 7 seconds play out here. Man. Wildcat offense is clicking tonight, Jackie.
Yeah. You talked about Halloween earlier. It astounds me at how many people have asked, is Halloween still going on? as if every other year we have gone to every house in the community and asked, are you going to be indulging in Halloween this year? My theory is you just walk around with your kids dressed up. If the front porch light's on and you see somebody standing outside with a bucket of candy, walk up, and it means Halloween's still going. I'm sure there's an official survey of whether Halloween is still a thing or not.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. Tomorrow is October 31st, right? So on the calendar, it's marked Halloween. So if you see people outside, a lot of people like to stand outside and give out candy now. If you see them out there, if you see a light on by the door, if you see something that looks like people, stop. If you don't, if everything's dark, keep walking.
Keep going.
It's pretty easy, right?
And if you get to about the 20th house and you've not seen a light on, you may want to pack it up and go home.
Yeah.
Take the kids through Hardee's. Get them.
Or try a different neighborhood. Maybe that neighborhood is boycotting. You just don't know. You don't know. Hey, it's a weird year, man, but listen, nothing's going to stop candy from being given out. Wildcats on top 20-7. The Wildcats were offsides on the kick. Now we're going to try a little onside kick to give the ball to Bishop Kenny right at midfield. That time they just jump on it right there at midfield. So instead of what Coach Mays wanted there, that wasn't exact. That's not how he drew it up. As he shakes his head, 1st down and 10. Bishop Kenny will have it right at midfield.
In his defense, he was getting all over Blake Mays that time on that kick, but then Blake said, "I did what you told me to." And Coach Mays said, "Oh yeah, you're right, my fault. That was my mistake." Not only as a head football coach do you never want to admit you were wrong, but then your kid too, man. He may never live that one down.
1st and 10 now. Miller back in there. Bishop Kenny finds themselves down a couple of touchdowns here, and Miller keeps this one himself, and this time he's getting nowhere. The Wildcats stuff him right at the line of scrimmage, and that'll be the last play of the first quarter. Great first quarter for the Wildcats. 20-7, they lead Bishop Kenny. And we'll send it back to the station. We'll take a 1-minute timeout. You're listening to Wildcat Football on WFBB.
Baker County Farm Bureau wants to wish the Baker County Wildcats much success this football season. Baker County Farm Bureau, specializing in auto insurance, homeowners insurance, along with life insurance. To get started with Farm Bureau, contact Jack Baker or Justin Webb at 259-6332. That's 259-6332.
We all make choices about alcohol. Kids make choices whether to drink or not.
Bye, Dad. Remember, I'm going to Alex's party tonight and sleeping over.
Hey, remind me about that party again?
And adults make choices whether to talk about it. That's true of parents and every other trusted adult in a kid's life. Kids want to know our expectations, and they want honest answers in everyday conversations. So talk with your kids and help lead them on a positive path, because when you talk, they hear you. Learn more at underagedrinking.samhsa.gov.
First play of the second quarter for the Crusaders, right at midfield. They trail the Wildcats 20-7. Quarterback Miller drops back to throw, and it's going to be batted away as the Wildcats had a defender back in coverage, Garrett Kane. He got a hand up and tipped the ball away, and it's an incompletion.
Garrett Kane, man, having a heck of a game already in this first half. Thought he was going to get his hands up to that one. Give me a pick six for the big guy.
Wildcats will go three-man front this time on 3rd and long. Put a lot of guys back in coverage here. Jackie, I'm going to give you some first quarter stats, and my goodness, let me tell you, the Wildcats had 450 yards of offense in the entire game last week. This week in the first quarter, 259 yards in 1 quarter of play. Scored all 3 times they had the football. 3rd down and play. Miller's going to swing one left. Got a receiver over there. Catch is made by Tabor, and Tabor's going to get about 7 yards, and Ronnie Ellis cleans it up. Wildcats had a couple of other guys here. It's going to put them in a 4th and 3. You think they're going to go here?
Oh, man. It looks like it, but not sure if the game is that out of hand yet that I would go for it.
Well, I'm just thinking the field position. They've got the field position inside Wildcat territory at the 44. Wildcats are going to talk about it with a timeout here. 4th down. It's really closer to 4 yards than 3.
He may be thinking, we can't stop this offense anywhere, whether they're starting on the 12-yard line or the 45-yard line. So I'm just going to have to score. We're going to have to go back and 2 here to try to keep up with them on the scoreboard. Wildcat offense has come out tonight, like you said, 260 yards in the first quarter. My goodness. I believe you're right. Scooby Graham's got to be creeping in on 100 yards already.
Well, let me give you the stats real quick. I've got them right here. I mentioned 259 yards in the first quarter for the Wildcat offense. My goodness, they scored all 3 times they had the ball. Scooby ran the ball 3 times for 87 yards and a touchdown in the first quarter. Jamarian Baker added 77 yards. Carson Crawford threw the air, 1 pass, 1 completion for 35 yards. So this Wildcat offense really clicking tonight against this Bishop Kenny defense, 259 yards of offense. Bishop Kenny, on the other hand, only 58 yards in the first quarter. Seemed like more than that. 4th down, they'll go for it. Miller in the shotgun, now 3 receivers to the right. Wildcats come to the line, showing blitz. He's going to get hit as he throws it, makes the pass out here to Tabor, and Tabor's going to make the catch and get the first down. Connor South drilled the quarterback right when he threw it, and Tabor gets hit hard, but they pick up about 6, and it's enough for a first down.
Oh, man, I thought the Wildcats had it read perfectly. They brought pressure right in Miller's face, dropped some guys back into coverage, and one man, Tabor able to slip in the little hole there in the zone and pick up the first down.
And that play had to be perfect because the quarterback was drilled by Connor South coming through there. They pick up 7 yards, though, to get the first down. 1st and 10 from the Wildcat 37-yard line. Miller in the gun. They send a man in motion. They're going to make the jet sweep. No, they do give him the jet sweep, and Wildcats had it covered. Toby Kinghorn over there staying home and makes the tackle.
Toby Kinghorn, you want to talk about watching film, Toby Kinghorn read that to perfection. He saw the formation. He stepped up on the slot receiver, got right in his face, knew it was coming his way the whole time, shed the block, turned him back inside, and made the tackle for a half-yard loss there. Great job by Toby Kinghorn.
That's how it's done, right? That's a film study tomorrow. 2nd down, 11, after the 1-yard loss by Burnett, the receiver. Now 2 backs in the backfield with Miller, and Burnett goes in motion. 2nd down play. Quarterback Miller calls for the ball. They're going to run option right, and Miller is tripped at the line of scrimmage. Again, Garrett Kane coming through making a tackle.
Garrett Kane having a great game again so far in the first half of this football game.
Looks like the band is putting together a little booster raffle down here, Jackie. We should get some tickets.
Yeah. $500 gift card. I like it.
I like it. Run down there and buy us a couple.
Right here close to Christmas time, too. $500 Amazon gift card. I bet you my wife could go through that faster than Wildcat offense has scored tonight.
3rd and 11. Bishop Kenny from the 37-yard line. They're going to run a play and pass it back right. That's a run play, and Toby Kinghorn again is there to take down the receiver in the backfield. They were trying a little razzle-dazzle there, trying to throw it backwards, a little lateral play, and Toby Kinghorn puts a lick on him, and hopefully he's going to be okay.
Toby Kinghorn with the old-school cowboy collar, man. He's just looking scary down there tonight.
Ooh, I tell you what, the threes are wild for the Wildcat defense. Garrett Kane, 33, Toby Kinghorn, 3, making some big hits out there.
Oh, son.
That's going to make it another 4th down. Now, they went for it 4th and 3 a moment ago, or 4th and 4. I think in 4th and 17, they'll probably think twice of this one.
4th and 3 from the identical spot you're going for it, 4th down again.
Yeah, that's not a good sign. Hopefully the Bishop Kenny player is okay. Toby Kinghorn did put a lick on him, but might have just got caught the wrong way. Sometimes with those tackles, you just turn a guy's leg the wrong way, turn his ankle the wrong way, and it doesn't take much. But we'll check on him in just a moment. It'll be 4th down and 17. The Wildcats are on top 20-7. We'll take a 1-minute timeout. We'll be back with more Wildcat football on WFBB.
Hey, Wildcat fans. This is Anita Cruz with Country Financial Credit Union. This challenging year has caused us to miss out on many of our favorite things, but thankfully it hasn't taken away our Friday night lights. It also hasn't changed our credit union's ability to serve your financial needs. Whether you're looking for fee-free checking, mobile banking, or great rates on loans, we're here to help. In fact, we're big enough to meet all your financial needs, yet small enough to deliver personal service to every member. Country Financial Credit Union, hometown banking, hometown people, and proud sponsor of the Baker County Wildcats, insured by NCUA.
And we come back here. We didn't think that Bishop Kenny would go for it, but they actually run a fake punt. The punter comes out. He's trying to hit Baylor Newsome on a crossing route down here around the 25-yard line. I'm not sure if it would have been thrown deep enough for a first down if he'd have caught it, and Newsome almost makes the grab on the sideline. It was well executed by Bishop Kenny, just couldn't quite come down with it, and the Wildcats will take over.
Yeah, no, it's a good play. I'm like you. I think he'd have been about 3 or 4 yards short had he caught it anyway, but nonetheless, he didn't make the catch. So now the Wildcats are going to take over from the 44-yard line with 9 minutes to go here in the second quarter, looking to add on.
9:08 to go, second quarter. Carson Crawford in the shotgun now, going to take the ball, give it left side. Jamarian Baker's got it, 45-50. Jamarian Baker crosses into Kenny territory and goes down to the 40-yard line, down to the 39. Another big run for these Wildcat running backs.
I feel like I can go down there and get the ball from Carson Crawford right now. They might be able to pick up 11 or 12 myself.
Let's not get carried away.
Right, you're right. just enough to stretch the ball over the line of scrimmage.
From the 39, Crawford now calls for the snap, going to give it to Scooby. Scooby's got it 35-30. Scooby cuts left. He's got the 25 down to the 15-yard line, and Scooby Graham picks up big yardage. That's going to take him over 100 yards tonight. Scooby Graham, a big first half here for these Wildcats.
My goodness, Scooby Graham doing what Scooby Graham does. I mean, scored on a big touchdown earlier in the game, almost a 50-yard touchdown, and picking up chunk yardage at the time.
Crawford takes the snap, going to give the ball to Baker again, and Baker's running into the line this time. This time, Bishop Kenny collapses the defense around him and stops them for about a 2-yard gain, so maybe the shortest game we've had in a while.
If I'm the defensive coordinator, I'm celebrating on that one. At least we did something different. Quit worrying about falling for the fake and maybe just try to tackle the man when the first man to touch it.
The special teams guy ran 60 yards on a tackle a moment ago. Here we go, second down play. Carson keeps it himself. He's at the 10, the 5, and Carson Crawford goes into the end zone again. This time a 12-yard touchdown run for Carson Crawford. And the Cats cannot be denied. Jackie, the Cats have had the ball 4 times, and the Cats have scored 4 times.
Yeah, I mean, just really scoring at will at this point, whatever they want to do. That time Carson Crawford keeps the fake to Scooby Graham and runs up the backside of Chase Cruz as he's opening up the hole and gets into the end zone easily for the 4th touchdown of the night.
Wildcats send Blake Mays out there, and he drills the extra point right through there. Stay away from the Transformers.
Oh, my goodness, yeah. I wasn't here. Did you see who did it?
Oh, yeah, it was us. It was Mays. Listen, I don't know. Jackie, all the years we've been here, I mean, I've been doing Wildcat Radio now for 24 years. This is my 24th year on the air. I can never even think about hearing about us kicking the ball into the Transformer, and they're right there. They're right there. And I don't know how that's never happened before, but I've never seen that happen before.
I don't know. Maybe that's why Coach Mays is so upset with Blake on these kickoffs, that he cost us a 20-minute delay.
Yeah. I tell you, Justin Thomas, when the sound went off, it sounded like a cannon. Justin was diving through the window there. I told him, I said, hang on, Justin.
That's what that was. I didn't even realize what that was.
Oh, yeah, that's what it was.
I thought we shot a cannon off. Oh, yeah.
No, there was smoke everywhere like a cannon went off. 8:09 to go in the half. We kick it deep this time. Tabor's got it coming out around the 25-yard line. He's going to be tackled from behind over there by the Cats. That's 13 again. Holland on the tackle. Orlando Holland getting in there, making a couple of tackles tonight. First down and 10 now, Bishop Kenny, and the Wildcats on top 27-7.
That was actually a great tackle by Orlando Holland. Tabor kind of snuck in behind his blockers and was trying to pop that back outside. And had Orlando Holland not running down from behind, Tabor's liable to still be running.
First down and 10 for Bishop Kenny. 20-point lead for the Wildcats. The Wildcats have had 4 possessions and have scored 4 touchdowns and are over 300 yards here in the first half of total offense. Scooby Graham over 100 yards on the night. Carson Crawford a couple of rushing touchdowns. First down and 10 here. Bishop Kenny with no backs in the backfield, but the quarterback Miller going to run straight ahead. And everybody on defense keying on him, they're going to get him for a yard loss.
I'm not so sure. I think that was Orlando Holland again, and it was.
Yeah, he was in there with Connor South and, of course, Weston Aber clogging that middle. No backs in the backfield. Everybody's keying on Miller that time, and he did not fool the Wildcat front on that play. 2nd down, 11 now. 3 receivers set to the right for the Crusaders, 1 to the left. Miller in the shotgun. Miller takes the snap, looking to throw the football, throws it left side, a little swing pass out of the backfield. And he catches the ball, but he runs right out of bounds, and I think they called it incomplete. He caught the football along the sideline. I guess he was out of bounds when he caught it. Must have been. I thought he caught the football. What did you think?
Field awareness. Yeah, he caught the football. I thought Toby Kinghorn was about to light him up. But then I immediately heard the whistle blow.
3rd down, 11, 7:17 to go in the first half here on homecoming night at Memorial Stadium, downtown McClenny, Florida. Beautiful night for football, one of the best nights we've had all year. Miller in the shotgun. Miller takes the snap, ball on the ground, and the Wildcats are going to corral Miller in the backfield, and a flag comes in. Oh, hopefully not a face mask.
Oh, man,
That's the one thing that could hurt us here, but the Wildcats stuffed Miller. It would be 4th and 12. We got to check the flag. They're checking with the Wildcats to see if we want to decline it, I think. Maybe not. I don't know.
trying to figure it out.
Face mask is a personal foul against the Cats. That's what I was afraid of.
Oh, my goodness. Here we go. Here we go.
You can always tell, Jackie, from where the flag comes in and at what point of the play it comes in, what you're looking at. And that one was thrown near the pile, which would indicate something happened right there at the tackle, at the point of tackle, and it was a face mask. So we held them there. It would have been a 3 and out, but now they get a first down out to the 42.
I just, when you got to sit there, if it's a face mask, call the face mask. But when you sit there and you talk about it, I'm not so sure. There might not be, a $10 bill or something exchanging hands.
First and 10, 42, bad snap. Goes through the hands of the quarterback, and the Wildcats are going to get down there and maybe have a chance to get it, and they will.
Orlando Holland, my goodness, that was he's made 2 or 3 great plays right here, because I'll tell you what he did on that one. Newsom was going back to try to recover the ball, and Orlando Holland pushes Newsom out of the way. What a smart play by Orlando Holland. Normally you just race after the football, but he sees Newsom's going to beat him there, so he pushes him out of the way and recovers the fumble. What a great series of plays by Orlando Holland.
Those threes are wild, I'm telling you. Garrett Kane, Toby Kinghorn, Orlando Holland, number 13. So 3, 33, 13. It's a good night to have a 3 in here.
All right, Chase Cruz down there, big 73, plowing the way for Carson earlier. You're right. You might be on to something.
I'm telling you, man, the threes are wild. If we had a poker game going tonight, Jackie, you'd want threes to be wild.
I might have to text Kevin at halftime, Coach Mays, and tell him anybody's got 3 on their jersey, put them in the game.
Give them the ball.
Good things will happen.
Jackie, a moment here. It's not technically a Baker County connection, but it is. I mentioned earlier on that Bishop Kenny on their side, number 24, Baylor Newsom, he grew up about 10 minutes from here. He still lives about 10 minutes from here, right over there on the west side of Baldwin. His brother-in-law, or I'm sorry, not brother-in-law, his uncle is Mike Rogers, who we talk about. Mike Rogers, a big Wildcat supporter, but Mike Rogers played football over at Baldwin High School. Well, Baylor Newsom, the running back for Bishop Kenny, he's the nephew of Mike Rogers from down at CBS, and Baylor's dad, Scott Newsom, lives over in Baldwin, and Baylor attends Bishop Kenny down there. And I tell you, Baylor, he and his brother both have played for Bishop Kenny, but one of those kids that we'd love to have seen him come down the road here to Baker County, but his dad, Scott, and I known each other for well over 20 years now. We played softball together a long time ago, and we've been friends ever since. And great family, Scott Newsom, those guys. And I'm rooting for Baylor to do well. Obviously, still rooting for the Wildcats to win, but love seeing him out here on the football field. Just a junior for Bishop Kenny, about a 200-pound running back, also plays on the defensive side. First down for the Wildcats after the turnover. Carson Crawford is going to give the ball up the middle to Jamarian Baker, and Jamarian Baker crashed down maybe a 2-yard gain.
Yeah, again, one of the shortest plays from scrimmage of this Wildcat offense thus far.
3 yards and a cloud of dust. 2nd down and 7. 6:20 to go here in the second quarter. Going to hand the ball coming left side. Jamarian Baker trying to get upfield. He's going to get to the 15. He's going to get down to the 14. So Baker maybe 2 yards short of the first down. It'll be 3rd down and about 2. I don't know if we've had a 3rd down tonight.
No way. Not even close. We haven't smelled a 3rd down.
This is the 5th offensive possession, this time after a turnover. 5th offensive possession for the Wildcats. If we score here, it'll be 5 in a row. Carson Crawford from the 14 gives it to Scooby Graham, and Scooby's going to fight his way down toward the first down. He's going to be very close. I think he's got it down right at the 11. But definitely we've had to work more on those 3 plays than we have all night.
Yeah, no doubt. And I think they started, let's try to stop the first person we think is going to get the football and then see what happens after that. So far, it was a track meet in the first quarter. First man touches the football.
They're going to call for the measurement here. I'm going to tell you. The ball's touching, it looks like the ball's touching the 12. I'm not sure about that spot. I thought Scooby was down closer to the 11, but they gave it to him around the 12, so they'll stretch the chains out here in a moment. And we'll see what we got. The chain gang bringing it out there. Wildcat chain gang. Looks like maybe Shannon Jackson, Denny Wells.
I mean, that chain gang has been around since I was a kid, for sure.
Scott Knowles over there, man in the down marker. It is 1st down and 10. That's definitely Shannon Jackson. I don't know about the other one. I thought it was Denny Wells for a minute, but I don't know if that's Denny Wells or not. Is that Denny Wells?
No, I don't think it's Denny Wells. I thought maybe it was Baylor Johns down there myself.
It might be. It might be. I know Scott Knowles is man in the down marker over there and part of that chain gang.
Great. Those guys do a great job.
Great job. Week in, week out. 1st down and 10. Wildcats from the 11-yard line. Crawford gives the ball to Graham. Graham running right side, and he's going to be hit and dropped about the 10-yard line, a 2-yard gain for the Wildcats here. Just kind of plodding along on this one, Jackie. We scored so fast on the other ones. This one's hard to watch.
Yeah, this one seems like slow motion.
5:17 to go in the half. Reminder, stay with us during our Baker County Farm Bureau halftime report. A lot to talk about tonight. I'm out here before the play, and I'll give you a little prelude, Jackie. We've got some big games in college football coming up tomorrow. We're a week away from the Florida-Georgia game in Jacksonville, but all these developments around the college football world, with this COVID-19 situation and everything that's happening. The Gators are going to play football tomorrow. Hadn't practiced in 3 weeks. And Kyle Trask is still the leading touchdown passer in the SEC and hadn't thrown one in 3 weeks. Isn't that crazy? But we'll talk about all that. Baker County Farm Bureau halftime report coming up in a moment. But, Jackie, real quick, our friends down at the Baker Prevention Coalition, they had the Wildcat warm-up before the game. Did you go down and get a funnel cake?
No, I didn't make it down there, man. I thought about it.
Well, the Baker Prevention Coalition wants to welcome everyone to Happy Red Ribbon Week. This year's theme is Be Happy, Be Brave, Be Drug-Free. Staying drug-free means investing in your current and future health. You don't have to use drugs to fit in. There are other ways to belong. Celebrate your uniqueness and show it to the world. That's the message from the Baker Prevention Coalition tonight. And they say, go Wildcats. 5:08 to go here in the second quarter. Wildcats trying to add on to the 27-7 lead. Carson's going to swing one left side, and he's going to be incomplete trying to hit Jamarian Baker out of the backfield, and he's lucky that one was thrown forward. It could have been returned the other way.
Yeah, that's I'm juiced up, man. Carson Crawford, he got a little too excited about that one. Flipped it out there maybe a little too hot for Jamarian Baker.
Yeah, there's times as a quarterback when you want to put some juice behind it, and then there's times like that when you want to be really throwing with a lot of touch. 3rd down play, Crawford's going to fire the screen pass across the middle. He's got Cameron Crawford, and he's going to get down near the 5-yard line, but the Cats are going to be short of the first down. It's going to take it down to 4th down, and they're going to need about 3. Do you go for it here?
Go for it, man.
Cats have not been stopped by this Kenny defense tonight. On 4th and 3, we're going to give them a chance. Crawford rides it in there to Scooby Graham, who's going toward the end zone, and he's going to have the first down yardage. And the only question was if he got into the end zone. He did not. They're going to mark him down at the 1 yard line. It'll be first and goal.
That's what I'm giving it to. If I need 2-3 yards, Scooby Graham's toting the load.
Give it to him again. First and goal from the 1. Crawford in the shotgun, going to take the snap, and this time Bishop Kenny meets him in the backfield, but Crawford helps, and the Wildcats push Jamarian Baker in the end zone, and it's a touchdown.
Jamarian Baker, just like you said, net at the handoff point, but keeps driving those legs, gets a good push from Carson Crawford, and the Wildcats are going to score again. We're going to go for 2 on this one. Try to make it a 35-7 ball game with 4:25 left in the second quarter.
Wildcats will go for 2 here, 33-7, and this is going to be a handoff to Cam Smith running left side, and he's going to go in easily. Wow. Cam Smith, very patient run that time. Jackie came around the left side, ran around the block there, and got into the end zone. And the Wildcats, with the 2-point conversion, stretch it out to a 35-7 lead here over the Bishop Kenny Crusaders. 4:25 to go in the half, and we'll be back. We're going to take a 30-second timeout. You're listening to Wildcat Football on WFBB.
James Curry is a proud Baker County Wildcat, class of 1987. He and his wife Shannon own Blackburn Curry Funeral and Cremation, located at 380 North Louder Street in McClenny. They can be reached 24 hours a day by calling 259-2806. To learn more, please visit www.blackburncurryfh.com. Proving not all funeral homes are the same, one family at a time. Go Wildcats!
Kickoff comes down to Tabor, and Tabor's going to bring it out near the 30-yard line. And after the play, some pushing and shoving. And a flag that comes down after the play. Orlando Holland in there again on that tackle on special teams, Jackie, for the Wildcats to hold Bishop Kenny down around the 31-yard line. But we'll have to take this flag. Personal foul against the Wildcats. My goodness. Why? Unnecessary roughness is what the call is going to be. So at least it was a personal foul, not an unsportsmanlike. You don't like to see those unsportsmanlikes, but this one, just a little unnecessary roughness against the Cat special teams. And that 15 yards will move it out there to the 46. So Bishop Kenny takes it from there, 1st and 10 from the 46-yard line. They trail the Wildcats here in the first half, 35-7. About 4 minutes left in the half. Quarterback Miller stands in a shotgun. A lot of motion from this offense, and you're going to get a flag down behind the play here. Dead ball is going to be a false start against Bishop Kenny. Movement before the play, and that's going to back them up to the 41, so 5-yard loss for the Crusaders.
I think Coach Mays went for 2 there. It makes this ball game 35-7. Maybe it's hoping we get one more score. Let's get the running clock going in the second half.
I'm okay with it. How about you, Jack? It's going to be a long halftime, a little extended halftime, and we'll have the homecoming court on the field. They're going to hand the ball up middle this time, and Wildcat defense converges, and Bishop Kenny just running the ball ahead for a yard here. It'll be 2nd and 14. Not a lot doing on that play for the Crusaders. They'll change personnel now, send a few new guys in, send a couple out. It'll be 2nd and 14.
Wildcat defense, they locked down, gave up that one score, and we talked about it. Coach Kennedy was probably not happy on that series, the way that defense played, and they've come out since then and played lights out, holding Bishop Kenny on a couple of 4th downs and just playing big on the defensive front.
2nd down, 14. Miller's going to throw the football this time. Looks deep down the field. He's got a man down here, number 81, and he just overthrows him by a yard or so. He broke away from Carlos Jefferson trying to help his quarterback out. And with a better throw, that's a big gainer for Bishop Kenny, but it goes incomplete. It'll be 3rd and 14.
Yeah, Carlos Jefferson got lucky that time. Bid on the double move there. He was in great coverage. Wide receiver shakes him on a double move. And you're right, wide open, no safety help over the top. And Miller just misses him. They're going to bring up a big 3rd down here. Oh, look, this might be a big play for the Wildcats. 3:33 left on the clock. The threes are wild.
Quarterback Miller in the shotgun. He's got one receiver to the left, 2 backs in the backfield, 1 man in motion. Miller, straight drop. He's going to fire one out here to the right side. Catch is made by Tabor. Jamarian Baker comes up and makes him turn back inside. And Tabor springs ahead across midfield down to the 47-yard line, but still 4 yards short of the first down. I think Bishop Kenny will have to go for it.
Yeah, they've gone for it in worse situations, so I don't know why you wouldn't hear. Wildcats had a chance at about the 50-yard line.
Yeah.
And one missed tackle, and now you're going to bring up would have been about a 4th and 6 situation, going to make it 4th and 3 here. For Coach Kevin Mays, again, clock winding under 3 minutes here in the first half. Would love to get his hands back on that football if his defense can get a stop.
4th down, call it 3. Miller from the Wildcat 47. 1 man in the backfield with it. He's going to have to throw it quickly as Toby Kinghorn came on the blitz, and he made the quarterback get rid of the football, and the Cats are going to turn them over.
Oh, my golly, that just hurt me, son.
Toby Kinghorn, a big hit on the quarterback. He had no time whatsoever, and the Cats will turn them over on 4th down, and Jackie, still time for the Cats to score again.
Yeah, with 2:40, they might score twice before halftime. Good call, though, by Coach Kennedy. Brought Toby Kinghorn on it. It was almost like a cornerback blitz. I guess you'd call that a nickel blitz. He comes in covering the slot receiver, and Toby Kinghorn times it up perfectly and drills Miller.
1st and 10 now. Cats get the ball again. This will be our 6th offensive possession of the half, and Carson Crawford's going to fire one out here to Cam Smith, and ain't nobody catching him. Cam Smith to the races. 15-10-5 touchdown, and it only takes one play as Cam Smith came out of the backfield there, and it's a 53-yard touchdown pass, and the Wildcats have broken it open.
Oh, yeah, that's it. That's it. Stick a fork in them. I tell you, what a great pass that time by Carson Crawford, and just a little wheel route there by Cam Smith. Runs it to perfection, and like you said, nobody catching Cam Smith once he gets the ball in his hands in wide open space like that. So in 9 seconds, the Wildcats, like May, looking to tack on the extra point.
Yeah, and I tell you, Cam Smith, Cam Smith's got to be one of the fastest guys on the field, and he's electric when he gets the ball in his hands. And we haven't seen that pass route down the sideline to Cam Smith this year, so kind of a new wrinkle that the Wildcats throw in there.
I was going to say, yeah, so you called it earlier, and I was sorry I got sidetracked when you said it, but the play to Carson Crawford, a little reverse earlier, we saw that. Now we got this going on. Coach Mays not pulling out all the stops tonight in this homecoming game.
Well, I think, as you approach the end of the year, you got to give the other teams that you're going to play this year something else to look at, right? So it's all cat and mouse game, Jackie. These head coaches, they'll keep some things close to the vest, and then they'll show you some things to make you think about it. So I like that wrinkle, though. I'd like to see that one again. Cam Smith down the sideline. We've seen Jamad with that play this year, but that time Cam Smith, he got behind everybody and took it to the house, and the Cats have scored 42 points here and almost got the bounce they needed on the kickoff to get it back. But
that'd have been fantastic. They dialed it up that time. Put a little backspin on it, a little English on it.
42-7 half here for the Cats, 2:29 to go, and Bishop Kenny did win the toss, so they took the ball to start the game. So the Wildcats will get the ball to start the second half of this thing with a big lead right now, 42-7. And we'll be heading toward halftime in a moment. The Wildcats, again, this is homecoming night, so lots of homecoming festivities coming up. We had the big homecoming parade in Baker County yesterday. Connor South's going to track down the running back to the left side along with Kinghorn. Did you get a chance to get down to the parade yesterday, Jackie?
Oh, I did.
I know you did.
Working over there in Jacksonville, and I've told people this my whole life. Where else in the United States can you shut down 2 miles of United States highway in order to have a parade? My goodness, McClenny, Florida is one of those places.
Right here. Was there a big turnout for the parade yesterday, Jackie?
Yeah, it looked like it. Listen, it rained right before the rain stopped, literally right as the parade was getting started, and I looked down and saw people as far as I could see. Stretched all the way down from the Bennett Chevron station to the courthouse is what I was told.
Miller's going to throw the football here. He's got a man in the middle of the field, and they're going to be close to a first down. He escaped some pressure that time, found the tight end open in the middle of the field, and Bishop Kenny will move the chains here with 1.5 to go in the half. And some of us, Jackie, have to work and aren't able to get down to parades like that. So,
who are those people?
Hey, what do you say?
No, I told my girls at work, I said, I got to leave at like 3 o'clock. And they're like, why? I said, because the whole city will be shut down. I won't be able to get there.
It's a parade. 1st and 10, Bishop Kenny from their 44-yard line. They're going to hand the ball middle, and the Wildcats nothing doing here. They're definitely pursuing the football now. And Bishop Kenny early on had a little bit of success against this Wildcat defense in those first couple of possessions. They even got a touchdown out of it, but since that time, this defense has clamped down, and it's a 42-7 ball game.
And I'll tell you what, Bishop Kenny elected to take a timeout here with 1:03 left in the second quarter. I'm not so sure. That's my thought process, because as fast as this Wildcat offense has scored, I don't want to give them a chance to get their hands back on the football, whether it be via turnover or something crazy happening. I'd be trying to get into the locker room at halftime as fast as I could get there.
Yeah, well, the only suspense left here is who's going to win the homecoming queen tonight.
Yeah,
you got an inside scoop on this, or not?
I'm nervous with the fact that the results are literally right over my shoulder right now, and it is a briefcase handcuffed to the wrist of assistant principal Mr. Cannon here. And there takes 2 codes, so he's got the first half. Mr. Jacobs will bring up the second half, and they'll open the briefcase with the results here shortly.
2nd down and 12. Maybe you can get a look-see in that little thing there. A little screen pass coming back this way, and if that pass goes a little further, Carlos Jefferson's off to the races. Jackie, you wonder how I knew. See, now I didn't go to the parade yesterday because, like I said, some of us have to work. But my cousin Eric, his daughter, Miss Baker County, she was on the back of this car right here, and I saw the picture when they sent it out. His daughter, Ainsley Cruz, she was on the back of the car, and I scrolled a little bit to the right, and I saw you and John Sharman just standing there holding court yesterday afternoon. and Jason Craven, he's there too. My goodness.
Chewing the fat, man, just seeing what was going on. What a great parade that.
Nobody invites me down to the parade, so I was at home.
You got to work.
I was home. 3rd down and 12. Here we go. Miller hit by Orlando Holland in the backfield, and Orlando Holland hits him hard and might have hit him high there a little bit, but my goodness, Orlando Holland came untouched.
Oh, Orlando Holland having a game.
I guess some of the things we're saying tonight just aren't worded exactly the way we think that they are, but
50 seconds left, and we hope Miller's okay here, as you're right. My goodness.
Yeah, that was a hard hit. I mean, listen, Orlando Holland's had a good night, a really good night, but that time he came untouched and with full speed got into the quarterback, Miller, and I just hope he's okay. I tell you what, with under a minute to go here in the half, let's take a timeout. We'll take a minute timeout. You're listening to Wildcat Football on WFBB.
For over 50 years, Dependable Heating and Air Conditioning has been serving the community of McClenny. They provide quality air conditioning, HVAC, and electrical work to the residents of McClenny and the surrounding areas. The phone number for Dependable Heating and Air Conditioning is 259-6546. Oscar and Susie Gray would like to say, go Wildcats. Again, that's Dependable Heating and Air Conditioning, 259-6546.
Dual State Real Estate is a proud supporter of Wildcat football. We offer home and land sales as well as property management in Florida and Georgia. Come in for a free consultation and we'll show you how to get up to 16% more for your property. Mention this ad and we'll give you free buyer representation. Don't hesitate. Call Dual State. Owned and operated by Sabrina Thrift. Call us today at 904-397-0263 or check us out at dualstaterealestate.com. We'll give you service you deserve from people you can trust. And at Dual State Real Estate, we are always Wildcat proud.
And we welcome you back here to Memorial Stadium. Bishop Kenny getting set to punt the football away. Cam Smith stands deep to return it. Quarterback Miller did get off under his own power, so happy to see him up and moving around, and he'll have time here at halftime to catch his breath before the second half. Cam Smith on the punt return. He's across midfield, and I told you he's electrifying with the football all the way down. Takes the return to the 25 and inside the 25 as Cam Smith came up and got that on the hop and a big return.
I tried to tell the coach, don't take a timeout, man, with a minute left. You don't want to leave anything up to this Wildcat offense. And just like that, after a big hit by Orlando Holland on Miller, forces the Crusaders to punt. Now Cam Smith with an electric return to the 24-yard line. Going to give himself 35 seconds here to try to put another touchdown on the scoreboard.
Tonight's one of those nights, Jackie, with homecoming coming, that you should have ordered us some wings.
I know. My bad.
That's all right. First down and 10, Wildcats. Cam Crawford's going to look, or Carson Crawford looks to the end zone. He has Jamad Ruiz down there. Wildcats trying to just put the final nail in the coffin and maybe let some other guys play in the second half, because that would have been a touchdown blow. As Jamad Ruiz was open, they just couldn't quite connect.
No, Jamad made a great play on that football there. He had him by a step. Carson Crawford throws it a little bit behind him, but Jamad almost spins around and makes a miraculous play. So Coach May's trying to put some more points up here at halftime.
42-7. Crawford this time rolls to his left. He's going to fire one out here. He's got a catch made. A catch made by Mays. Blake Mays makes the catch, and he's going to go down at the 19-yard line. Hadn't seen Blake catch one this year, but Brian caught one last week.
I remember Blake caught one in the Orange Park game. He put that little move on him, and he's been talking about it ever since. He's talked Coach Mays into getting back out there. Blake's a good athlete on this team, and I think on the depth chart he really is like the fourth receiver on the depth chart. So.
Yeah, and he's made a ton of extra points this year of this Wildcat offense to put up big points.
Which reminds me, I do want to give a quick shout-out before we get into our shout-outs for the evening. We want to wish Papa and Nana Mays, we want to wish them well. They're listening in tonight. Papa Mays back into having some difficulties down there, and so we wish him all the best and hope he gets to feeling better. I know they listen in religiously every Friday night, listening to Coach Mays and how proud they are of him and their grandson. Right. So, again, Papa Mays, we wish you the best and hope you recover swiftly.
Crawford back in there. Third down and 5. He fumbles the snap, and now he's going to have to throw it quickly, and a catch is made. Look at that. Jamal Lewis comes back to the ball, then he fumbles the ball. Can the Wildcats get back on it? Oh, Bishop Kenny says they have it. I don't know. Ross Crummy was down there, had a chance to dive on it. And it looks like the Cats got it back, and we're going to go quick. 12 seconds left. Carson Crawford spikes the football. The Wildcats want to score again.
I mean, if we recovered it, it should have been a first down from where they were spotting the ball.
Well, they never moved the chains. Should have been a first down.
Should have stopped the clock after the play. It should have been a first down.
And they're going to call field goal here. Blake Mays comes in to the 22. We did get credit for a first down. It just took everybody a minute. Blake May's going to try a 32-yarder here with 10 seconds to go. I think we had enough time to run another play, Jack. Blake May is going to be wide left on the kick, though. 32-yarder from the left hash is no good.
Well,
plenty of leg. He just pulled it.
Yeah, just pulled it a little bit to the left. I do that with my 8-iron every now and then.
I know you do.
Got to adjust for the wind out here. A little bit cooler tonight. That ball, that air is going to condense just a little bit, so you got to be prepared for that.
Yeah, you always have to.
Weather conditions play a big factor in the kicking game.
All right. Wildcats had the ball 7 times in the first half, Jackie, and that was the only time we didn't come away with points. We had a chance to come away with points. And Jamarian Baker comes up and makes the tackle, and you hear the crowd ooh and ah as he kind of clotheslined him. And that'll do it for the half. 42-7, Jackie. We'll take it to the halftime break, and we'll send it back to John Meadows. But listen in. We've got the Baker County Farm Bureau halftime report coming up in just a moment. We got some college football to talk about, got some NFL to talk about. We'll break down the first half of this ball game here. And you might want to stay tuned just to find out who wins the homecoming queen here. A lot of people interested in that. So we'll tell you who the homecoming court is as we break it down in a moment. But I want to thank Jack Baker, Justin Webb down at Baker County Farm Bureau, 259-6332 for all your insurance needs, homeowners, automobile, life insurance. If you've got an insurance need, give them a call. Good people, Wildcat supporters, 259-6332. We'll talk more about them in a moment. We'll welcome you back to the Baker County Farm Bureau halftime report in about 5 minutes. We'll take a 5-minute break. At halftime, the Wildcats lead the Crusaders 42-7. A big first half for this Wildcat football team. You're listening to Wildcat Football on WFBB.
Since 1981, Higginbotham's Towing and Recovery has been serving the community of Baker County, providing safe and reliable towing needs. If you need a car or truck towed, or even a shed in your backyard, Higginbotham's is a place to call. Located in Glen St. Mary, they are available 24 hours, 7 days a week. 259-4375. That's 259-4375. The Higginbotham family is so excited to be a proud supporter of Wildcat football.
Baker High Wildcats football is being brought to you by American Recycling Center. Recycling helps the environment. American Recycling offers compensation for cans, radiators, copper, brass, and aluminum. American Recycling Center located at 5325 Woodlawn Road. That's 1/2 mile west of 121 near I-10. Open weekdays from 9 till 5, Saturdays from 9 to 1. Telephone 631-0152. That's 631-0152. American Recycling Center. Happy to support Baker High football.
Baker County Farm Bureau wants to wish the Baker County Wildcats much success this football season. Baker County Farm Bureau, specializing in auto insurance, homeowners insurance, along with life insurance. To get started with Farm Bureau, contact Jack Baker or Justin Webb at 259-6332. That's 259-6332.
Most of us like to be out in the sun. That's why sunscreen and other safety measures are key to protecting your skin from aging and cancer. The FDA recommends using a sunscreen with an SPF of 15 or higher. Also, look for broad spectrum on the label. That means both harmful ultraviolet A and B rays are blocked. Remember, SPF plus broad spectrum equal healthy fun in the sun. Visit www.fda.gov/sunscreen for more information. A message from the U.S. Food and Drug Administration.
Hi, this is Larry Birkins of Birkins Chevrolet in McClenny. It is truly an honor to help make these Wildcat radio broadcasts possible. Birkins Chevrolet with sales and service 6 days a week. Cars, trucks, SUVs, certified used cars. We help customers establish or reestablish credit. Thank you, Wildcat fans. From Larry Birkins at Birkins Chevrolet, US 90 in the heart of McClenny.
Online at BirkinsChevy.com.
Hey, Wildcat fans. This is Anita Cruz with Country Financial Credit Union. This challenging year has caused us to miss out on many of our favorite things, but thankfully it hasn't taken away our Friday night life. It also hasn't changed our credit union's ability to serve your financial needs. Whether you're looking for fee-free checking, mobile banking, or great rates on loans, we're here to help. In fact, we're big enough to meet all your financial needs, yet small enough to deliver personal service to every member. Country Financial Credit Union, hometown banking, hometown people, and proud sponsor of the Baker County Wildcats, insured by NCUA.
For over 50 years, Dependable Heating and Air Conditioning has been serving the community of McClenny. They provide quality air conditioning, HVAC, and electrical work to the residents of McClenny and the surrounding areas. The phone number for Dependable Heating and Air Conditioning is 259-6546. Oscar and Susie Gray would like to say, go Wildcats. Again, that's Dependable Heating and Air Conditioning, 259-6546. Blackburn Curry Funeral and Cremation is honored to be a sponsor of Wildcat football. James Curry is a proud Baker County Wildcat, class of 1987. He and his wife Shannon own Blackburn Curry Funeral and Cremation, located at 380 North Louder Street in McClenny. They can be reached 24 hours a day by calling 259-2806. To learn more, please visit www.blackburncurryfh.com. Proving not all funeral homes are the same, one family at a time. Go Wildcat.
Dual State Real Estate is a proud supporter of Wildcat football. We offer home and land sales as well as property management in Florida and Georgia. Come in for a free consultation and we'll show you how to get up to 16% more for your property. Mention this ad and we'll give you free buyer representation. Don't hesitate. Call Dual State, owned and operated by Sabrina Thrift. Call us today at 904-397-0263 or check us out at dualstaterealestate.com. We'll give you service you deserve from people you can trust. And at Dual State Real Estate, we are always Wildcat proud.
And we welcome you back here to Memorial Stadium, downtown McClenny, Florida. Mike Cruz, Jackie Baker bringing you all the action. 2020 Baker County Wildcat football. And Wildcats having fun on homecoming night, 42-7. A halftime lead against Bishop Kenny right now. It is homecoming here at Baker County, and you see the lovely homecoming court being announced on the field right now. We'll let you know once the homecoming queen is announced. We'll let you know who that is in just a moment. But, Jackie, we welcome folks back into our Baker County Farm Bureau halftime report here. Let's run down some stats from the first half of this ball game. Jackie, no doubt about it, 401 yards of offense for the Wildcats in one half of football, only on 28 plays. You know what that average is per play, Jackie? Average per play. Only 28 offensive plays, 400 yards. Real quick in your head, 14 yards a play, 14.3 yards.
I was going to say it's 14.3.
I cut you off there quick. 14.3 yards per play for the Wildcats. They had 104 yards passing and almost 300 yards rushing tonight. Some individual stats. Carson Crawford, 5 of 8, 104 yards passing the football tonight, had one touchdown pass. Cam Smith caught that one. Wildcats running the football tonight, 2 guys over 100 yards. Scooby Graham, 7 carries, 119 yards, 1 touchdown. Jamarian Baker, 8 carries, 106 yards. We haven't seen that this year, Jackie. We haven't seen 2 Wildcats with over 100 yards in a night. Tonight in the first half alone, the Wildcats, 2 guys over 100 yards. Only 2 carries for Carson Crawford. He added 37. And then Cam Smith had a couple of carries for 17 yards. He also had a touchdown. He also caught a touchdown. 53-yard touchdown catch. So Cam Smith with 2 touchdowns in the first half. Carson Crawford with 2 touchdowns in the first half. Jamarian Baker had 1, and Scooby Graham had 1. That's your 6 touchdowns. 42 points on the board for this Wildcat offense. And, Jackie, we mentioned Bishop Kenny had some success early on in the first quarter, actually had a touchdown drive midway through the first quarter to make it a 13-7 ball game. But at the end of the half, Jackie, only 57 yards of offense for the BK offense. And if you look at yards per play, conversely to the 14.3 the Wildcats had, Bishop Kenny only 1.4 yards on average per play right now. The Wildcat defense getting it done.
Yeah, I mean, you're right on the scoring drive there. I felt like we got a little complacent with what we had done. We had made some good plays on defense and got caught back rocking on our heels a little bit, thinking this game was already over, a couple minutes in. But Coach Canaday was able to tighten down on that defense, tell them, get them back focused, get them back in the ball game. And since then, they have played lights out. I mean, big hits all across the field, just nothing doing for this Bishop Kenny offense at all. And the Wildcat offense is, clicking on all cylinders. 14 yards of play is unbelievable at any level of football, and especially against a team which in the past has been as good as a Bishop Kenny team. So Wildcat offense getting it done. Going to have the running clock in the second half now, so after the homecoming festivities are over, we can look at that clock to wind down quickly and get out of here in the second half with what looks to be another Wildcat victory.
Yeah, the Wildcats looking good, 42-7. We'll come back to that game in a moment. We'll let you know who wins the homecoming queen for the Wildcats in just a moment. But, Jackie, let's turn our attention to some other things going on. But first of all, before we do that, I want to give a big shout-out to our halftime sponsor, Jack Baker, Justin Webb, 259-6332, again, Farm Bureau of Baker County. And Jackie got a personal connection to you somewhat, as that's your father, Jack. But Jack sent us a text, and they got a group of guys that went up to Illinois, and they're doing a little bow hunting up there, so I want to give them a shout-out. Why don't you take that away?
Yeah, he's up there, man. He's got the Lyons brothers up there, Clay and Greg. Chad Scarborough's up there. That's Quincy Ann Griffith's husband, Chad, and Gary Pelfrey. They're all up there doing a little bow hunting. He hasn't sent me a picture yet, so I'm assuming the arrows aren't flying straight.
Well, Jack, I hope you guys have a good time. I wonder what the weather is here. It got a little cool in Baker County this morning. It was cool when I walked outside this morning first thing, but hopefully you guys will run across a big buck up there. But shout out to Jack and all those guys up there. Have a good time on your trip. Jackie, turning the world of college football, tomorrow, for the first time in 3 weeks, we'll actually get to see the Gators play a football game again. I'm not sure if I want to see it because during the time since the Texas A&M loss, the Gators have suffered a little outbreak of COVID-19 down there, so they had a couple of weeks where they had to quarantine, had a couple of games moved. They had the LSU game moved toward the end of the year. This Missouri game backed up a week. Because of that, Georgia and Kentucky moved back a week to tomorrow because both of those teams wanted to be on equal footing before their game in Jacksonville. So, Jackie, no idea how to gauge a team that lost the game against Texas A&M, and no idea how many players are going to be out for that game tomorrow because Dan Mullen keeps everything close to the vest. But the truth of the matter is, for a team that has had limited practice was even limited this week because of the COVID situation, I'm a little leery of the Gators getting a win tomorrow.
You know, as bad as that defense has been, Mike, and not having the ability to fix those things, because, it's things that you need to be on the field for. It's tackling, and it's not film study or anything of that nature. It's being down there and getting after it, so not being able to do that. I tell you what, I hope that offense is ready to continue to fire on all cylinders because we may have to outscore Missouri tomorrow.
Well, no doubt. You're going to need the offense and you're going to need the production. And we'll have to just see. It's tomorrow night, 7:30 kickoff for that football game as the Gators get back in action. Going to be a tough one. Missouri scores some points, and they're going to put some pressure on that defense that has had a very tough time of it this year. But that's a game to watch tomorrow. Also, Georgia and Kentucky in the SEC. But, Jackie, last week we mentioned that FSU had gotten the big win against North Carolina the week before, and last week against Louisville was going to be one of those times where we see if that FSU team is turning the corner. Well, they lost that game 48-16, went to 2-4 on the year. So FSU didn't make the turn around the corner that we thought they might.
No, I tell you, I thought that was the game to kind of get FSU, get their confidence going. And, again, we talked about, North Carolina, maybe not the number 5 team, but as far as the program is concerned, you beat the number 5 team, and then Louisville was a chance again to get back to your winning ways. And, man, did they completely miss an opportunity there as they just come out and get throttled by, at the time, I believe, a 1-4 Louisville team. So I'm not sure what's going on in Tallahassee, not sure what Mike Norvell can or will do at this point to try to get it going.
Georgia and Kentucky doing battle at noon tomorrow. Georgia on the road facing Kentucky. Mark Stoops, that team only 2-3 on the year. You've seen some different things out of Kentucky. They had a couple of nice wins here and there, and then they've lost a few. Only scored, I think, 2 points against a team a week or so ago. So a game that Kentucky may be pressed to score any points. Georgia kind of a tune-up before the game in Jacksonville.
Yeah, I'll tell you what I am curious to see, though. I'm curious to see Stoops putting together a pretty good defense up there in Kentucky the last couple of years, so I'm curious to see that Georgia offense go and see what they can do with a defense that seems to be, like I said, I mean, if there is a bright spot in Kentucky, it's the defense. So we'll be curious to see how that game plays out.
Some other games in the SEC tomorrow. Mississippi State travels to Alabama. LSU travels to Auburn. A couple of good games to watch there. Mississippi playing Vanderbilt. Some other games, the Big Ten came back out last week and started their football season. Michigan and Michigan State will do battle tomorrow there. There's a game going on right now. Minnesota and Maryland tied up 21-all in a game getting close to halftime. So, Jackie, has the college football season so far lived up to kind of what you thought it would?
I mean, it's one of the things. It's kind of hard to get into. I felt like we got off to a great start. Again, it was our teams playing, the SEC was playing, so the Florida Gators were playing, and we were excited and getting into it. And then all of a sudden, that happens to Florida's program, and you go off, and then the Big Ten just out of nowhere decides they're going to start playing football. So right now, it feels like you can't even really get into it too much because it's so discombobulated that I want to be excited, and I love watching it, but at the same time, man, it's hard to know who's playing and what's playing and who's good and what's going on in the college landscape.
I feel the same way you do. I mean, it's very difficult. I know there's some teams that are really excited. Obviously, Alabama and Clemson are head and shoulders, it appears, above the rest of the crowd, so Alabama and Clemson may be looking at one of those showdowns, but Clemson having to play tomorrow without their quarterback. He was actually diagnosed with the COVID-19 this week, so Trevor Lawrence won't be playing tomorrow when they take on Boston College. And next week, Clemson's got a battle with Notre Dame, and so depending on the quarantine rules and how much he can practice, he may be in jeopardy for that game.
Yeah, I mean, and what you're talking about, a kid that is kind of, I would say, kind of the face of college football right now, plays on one of the best teams and has since a true freshman. So to hear that, it's kind of devastating for Trevor Lawrence, the guy that may come out and be potentially the number one NFL draft pick this year. And so you can see nobody's safe from this COVID-19. And Clemson's going to look to get it done Boston College. But like you said, depending on quarantine, will Trevor Lawrence be back for a Notre Dame game that supposedly Notre Dame is a top team in the country, but the way Clemson's scoring points, so I don't care. I don't know if it matters who you put back there.
Yeah, they scored 73 against Georgia Tech a couple of weeks ago. Clemson, obviously, and Alabama. Alabama, a big win against Georgia. We didn't talk about that yet, but they had a big win against Georgia a couple of weeks ago, so Alabama's rolling again. Mac Jones, quarterback up there, getting it done. They lost their star receiver, Waddell. They did lose their starting wide receiver, big playmaker Waddell. He lost his season with a leg injury the last time they played, so looks like Alabama. But we're getting close to the homecoming queen here, so we'll pause for just a moment. Second runner-up was Ella Dunn, and the first runner-up just announced.
Chloe Johnson.
Chloe Johnson was the first runner-up, so Ella Dunn, second runner-up. Chloe Johnson, first runner-up. And the homecoming queen for 2020 for Baker County High School, Jamaica Jones. Congratulations.
Congratulations. That is one of those things that goes down in high school history, as far as we talk about to this day, who won the homecoming queen when you were in school. So
I'm sure if you pull out those old yearbooks from years ago, you can remember who won back when you were in school. So congratulations to all the ladies for making the homecoming court, and congratulations to our top three. Second runner-up, Ella Dunn. First runner-up, Chloe Johnson. And the homecoming queen, 2020, Miss Jamaica Jones. Jackie, turning our attention over to the NFL for just a moment. The Jaguars are reeling. They found out this week that Gardner Minshew's not able to play because he's got a couple of fractures in his hand. They just found out. So what are the Jaguars going to do as they approach midway of the season?
What are they going to do? Who knows what the Jaguars are going to do? They're liable to get rid of everybody that's on the roster now. I mean, that front office is in shambles, man. We were talking about it the other night. At what point you got to have a game plan? I don't care if it's one piece, Mike. if you draft a guy and you say, you know what, this is our guy, and we're going to build a team around this guy. The Jaguars haven't even done that. I mean, they literally, we thought they put the defense together, and we said, okay, they went to the AFC Championship. Miles Jack wasn't down, but nonetheless got beat by the New England Patriots. But you thought, okay, so they got the defense solidified. Now they're going to start working on this offense so we can compete and go to a Super Bowl. And then they just started a fire sale with everybody off of that
Everybody. You look at the guys that are gone. I mean, a number of guys, but two of the biggest ones, Jalen Ramsey, Leonard Fournette, both of those guys with other teams now. Ramsey with the Rams and Fournette with the Bucs. Talk about the Bucs, man. I tell you what, you bring in Tom Brady and a couple of guys in the offseason, and the Bucs have gone from, the outhouse to the penthouse, looking at making a big run this year.
Yeah, and I wouldn't even mind the Jaguars doing that. You know what? Say, this is going to be the year. Let's put it all on the table and just let's go pick up whoever we can, max our salary cap out, sign these guys to 1-2 year deals, whatever we got to do. But instead, we're going the opposite direction. And maybe the only thing I can think is we have a lot of first-round draft picks coming up this year after the season is over. So maybe they're trying to save that salary cap room for these guys. But I just don't get it. I don't understand it.
Well, a lost season in Jacksonville and some other teams making some headway. Obviously, the Chiefs going to be tough to battle with as the year goes on. The Buccaneers looking like a team from the NFC that can compete. Packers is always tough. There's some good teams out there, but NFL season will be fun to watch down the stretch. Jackie, last thing, did you get a chance to watch any of the World Series closeout this week?
I did not, Mike. I'll be honest with you. I didn't get a chance to watch one inning.
Tell you what, we talked about it a week ago, the Dodgers and the Rays doing that. A lot of folks around here wanted the Rays to pull it out, but Dodgers just too much. That lineup that the Dodgers had, and with the starting pitching, with Clayton Kershaw getting 2 wins in the World Series, and some of those other guys coming around, Seager and Mookie Betts. I mean, that lineup just tough, and Dodgers able to get a win. I think it was Tuesday night, and they won their first World Series since 1988. Pretty notable situation going on with Los Angeles. So as weird as the season was, it was kind of exciting to see some fans in the stands, and you got the atmosphere. If you had a chance to watch any of it, you did get the atmosphere that playoff baseball was kind of fun to watch, and the Dodgers winning the Classic in October here and getting the World Series championship. So that was fun to watch. So I want to thank everyone for listening in to our Farm Bureau halftime report. A lot to watch tomorrow. We'll see if the Gators can come back and rebound the loss to Texas A&M, which was 3 weeks ago, tomorrow night when they face Missouri. And obviously next week, as we get close to the Florida-Georgia game, we'll have a lot to talk about and a lot more going on in the world of college football. We'll talk about that more next week. But thank you for listening in to the Farm Bureau halftime report. I want to thank Jack Baker and Justin Webb again down at Baker County Farm Bureau for making the halftime show possible each week. 259-6332. Give them a call. And, Jackie, we're going to take about a minute time out, and we'll come back with the start of the second half. Wildcats on top 42-7 right now over the Bishop Kenny Crusaders. We'll be back in 1 minute with the start of the second half and more Wildcat football right here on WFBB.
Since 1981, Higginbotham's Towing and Recovery has been serving the community of Baker County, providing safe and reliable towing needs. If you need a car or truck towed, or even a shed in your backyard, Higginbotham's is a place to call. Located in Glen St. Mary, they are available 24 hours, 7 days a week. 259-4375. That's 259-4375. The Higginbotham family is so excited to be a proud supporter of Wildcat football.
In the game of life, it's not how far you can throw the ball.
It's not how high you can fly.
It's not how fast you can run.
Or how many touchdowns you can score that matters. It's really how you play the game that counts.
Because the game only lasts 4 quarters.
For a few years. For that moment in time.
Good sportsmanship.
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 Lasts a lifetime.
And we welcome you back here to Memorial Stadium, downtown McClinic, Florida. Mike Cruz, Jackie Baker bringing you all the action. Baker County Wildcat Football 2020. Wildcats well on their way to the 7th win of the year. Wildcats with a 42-7 halftime lead against the Bishop Kenny Crusaders. And both teams coming out of the locker room now getting ready to get this second half underway. We mentioned it earlier. Bishop Kenny had won the toss, elected to receive the opening kickoff of the night, so the Wildcats will get the ball to start the second half.
Yeah, just trying. I think we talked about it during the West Nassau game. You know, the teams that had won the toss had deferred to the second half and kicked to the Wildcats, and the Wildcats have scored what we think on every opening drive of the season so far. So Bishop Kenny comes in, and they actually wanted to receive the ball and maybe try to throw the Wildcats off some, and it did not work as Bishop Kenny put together a drive that stalled, and the Wildcats were able to go down and score in about 50 seconds.
Scooby Graham joined us last week on the Dependable Heating and Air Conditioning Wildcat Radio Coaches Show on Monday night, and always fun to talk to Scooby, a guy that loves this team and loves playing football for the Wildcats, and loved having Scooby on the air with us this past week for sure. Bishop Kenny going to kick one deep here. We had Jamad Ruiz and Cam Smith back to return, but they will not get a chance as the ball sails into the end zone. It'll be a touchback, and the Wildcats will come out here in the second half, moving right to left across your radio dial, and see if the Wildcats might mix in some new guys here on the offense with a 35-point lead.
Well, and I tell you, I was just about to bring that point up, an opportunity in games like this to bring those guys in later. But I'll tell you what, we talked about it, and even Coach Mays kind of admitted it a little bit when we went against the game against Bowles, where these starters had to play all game long, and they haven't done that maybe the conditioning a little bit for his own team into the fourth quarter. So he may be looking, we're playoffs right around the corner, getting these guys some minutes in that they wouldn't typically play in a normal regular season game.
Crawford back in there at quarterback, going to take the snap, and unfortunately a low snap, and Crawford has to take a knee or go to a knee to take the snap, so he's going to be marked down right there, a 4-yard loss, and that's maybe the first loss of the night for the Cats. Unfortunate at that time, Crawford just went down to get the snap, and he, in the process, put his knee on the ground.
Jamarian Baker had a lot of room to run, too.
They're going to come back to that. Jamarian Baker comes through the line out to the 25-yard line, picks up the lost yardage plus 5, so he's out to the 25. It'll be a 3rd and 5 for the Cats.
That first down play, I tell you, Jamarian Baker, he got to the outside, and a lot of green out there.
3rd down and 5 now. Carson Crawford in the shotgun. The Wildcats split Jamad Ruiz this side. 2 receivers on the other side, along with Graham and Baker in the backfield. 3rd down play, going to give the ball to Scooby, and Scooby's running up the middle. He's got a 1st down and more. Scooby to the 30 and across the 35 out to the 39-yard line. So Scooby Graham picking them up, putting them down, and picking up the 1st down.
Yeah, Scooby Graham picks up about 11 or 12 yards on that carry, and that's going to hurt his average tonight, Mike.
Big night for Graham. Now he checks out of the backfield into the slot formation here. Watch Scooby on the pass play. Going to swing one out here. Jamad Ruiz is going to catch it. He's going to get some blocks, and Jamad is out across midfield before being brought down in Bishop Kenny territory, a 14-yard gain, and the Wildcats continue to move the football.
And kind of falling back in where we left off in the first half. Not scoring quite as fast.
The only blemish on the offensive side was a missed field goal at the end of the half. The Wildcats now at the Bishop Kenny 47-yard line. Crawford going to swing one left side. He's got Tyler Richardson. Richardson makes the catch, and he's upfield to the 35-yard line, and he's going to get about 13 yards.
Mixing it up. Everybody getting in on the action here. Tyler Richardson picks up another 1st down, and so everything working for this Wildcat offense tonight.
Senior wide receiver Tyler Richardson getting the catch and the run. 13-yard gain gives a 1st down. 8:57 to go in the 3rd quarter. 42-7. The Wildcats on top. Crawford takes the snap, takes the handoff. He's going to run it himself, and Crawford's got the 30. He's to the 25, the 20. Crawford cuts back into the middle of the field and gets down to the 12-yard line. Another big run for the Cats as Carson Crawford took that one himself.
Carson Crawford, just does a good job of directing this offense. It kind of all falls on him with those option plays, his call of what he wants to do, and has done a great job all season.
1st down play here. Crawford's going to roll to his left, throws the ball out here, and he's got Scooby Graham with a catch down to the 12 and tackled there. As that play before went to the 14, a couple of yards on the gain here. He'll take it down to second down and about 8. So getting Scooby in the action on the receiving end that time.
Yeah, better keep handing it off to him. Just a 2-yard gain on the reception.
You'd like to see those runs with big yardage. Second down play now. Cats can get a first down inside the 5 at the 4-yard line. Crawford gets the ball to Scooby. Scooby's going to be tripped up as he gets across the line of scrimmage downfield for another 2-yard gain. He'll bring up third down and about 6 as the Cats getting to the 10. They need to get inside the 4 for a first down.
Crawford again almost went down to a knee again. So
low snap there. Third down play coming up. Cats again quick to the line. Another rough snap, and Crawford's going to run it out of there. He's going to get a touchdown. Crawford took a bad snap, took it to the left corner, and runs it in.
That's 2 times tonight that Carson Crawford on busted plays has been able to do something with it. That one, again, just kind of a low snap, but rifled it back there. Crawford mishandles it, but he picks it up. And how many times have we been on the front end of those plays? And this time, wisely picks it up and scoops and score on when you got the ball. Can you scoop and score when you're on offense?
Well, we did. It's amazing how many times those busted play-looking things turn into something positive. Carson Crawford, low snap, kind of fumbled it around, picked it up. He had some Bishop Kenny guys coming around the end trying to get to him, but he was able to pull away from them and get into the end zone. And Blake Mays is going to add the extra point for the Cats to extend the lead to 49-7 here. First possession of the third quarter. So, Jackie, 8 possessions for this Wildcat offense and 7 touchdowns as Carson Crawford takes that one to the end zone.
Yeah, and again, with this running clock, I mean, great offensive series anyway. Ran a lot of time off the clock, but you're already halfway through that third quarter. This clock just continues to run. So maybe a good thing for this Bishop Kenny team tonight. If you can get out of here a little earlier than you would have imagined.
Wildcats get set to tee it up. I want to thank again our partners down at the Baker Prevention Coalition. We had mentioned the prescription drug take-back last week, and they collected 145 pounds of prescription drugs on the take-back day, and they want to say thank you to the Baker County Sheriff's Office for helping out. On the kickoff return, there's going to be a fumble, and the Wildcats are going to pick it up, and the Wildcat offense only going to get a second breather, and they're going to be back on the field.
That was almost a scoop and score. Man, Andre Glover takes a perfect bounce. All he had to do was hesitate for a second. He had blockers out there big time, and all he had to do was wait and let those guys get set up. But nonetheless, like you said, this Wildcat offense is going to take over.
So the Baker Prevention Coalition I was mentioning, they took back 145 pounds of prescription drugs on Take-Back Day last Saturday. They wanted to thank the Baker County Sheriff's Office and CVS Pharmacy for the support. And want to tell all the folks of Baker County to mark your calendars for a drive-in movie night coming up at the YMCA field right there next to the Aquatic Center that we talked about on December 18th. If you follow the Baker Prevention Coalition on Facebook or Instagram, you'll get more details on that. But on December 18th, you can mark your calendars. It'll be a drive-in movie night over at the YMCA field. YMCA getting ready to kick off some flag football down there on that same field, and looking forward to that. Might test my coaching prowess down there a little bit and see if we can get some.
Hey, yeah, you're playing, aren't you?
Yeah, we're going to play a little flag football.
I love it, man. Let's go down there and check it out.
Yeah, you never know. Might see us running some of this up-tempo Wildcat offense. First down and 10 for the Cats after the turnover, and again, some trouble with the snap for the Cats, and we've got a new running back in there. Jalen Robinson, number 2 for the Cats, gets the carry.
Yeah, it is. So Coach Mays is bringing in some of those guys, reserve players. Noah Ray in at quarterback now. He's going to get some snaps here in the second half.
Yeah, I said Crawford. Noah Ray in there at quarterback, number 7 for the Cats. You see Blake Mays over there at receiver. Another Wildcat over here, number 10, is Jonathan Barnes on this side. Cam Smith along with Robinson in the backfield. Second down play, Cam Smith's going to get it, and Cam Smith's going to run straight ahead near the 20-yard line. He'll be pushed back there on second down. So after that run, the Cats will face a third down and about 6.
good when that's a good opportunity. You know, you never know when one of these guys' numbers is going to get called. You're one injury away, you're one quarantine away from having to come in and play, you know, significant minutes. So,
yeah, much different landscape in the sports world. We talked about that during the halftime for sure. Third down play now for the Cats, 3rd and 6. Cam Smith's going to get it again, and Cam Smith's got a little running room up inside the 15-yard line, and he's going to move the chains for the Cats. Another first down. It'll be 1st and 10 from inside the 15.
That time, just a good, powerful run by Cam Smith. He saw the hole, but was able to break a tackle or two to pick up a first down. Keeps this drive alive.
The Mays brothers are 2 receivers on the right side over there. Brian Mays, number 18, Blake Mays, number 23, and on this side, number 10, Jonathan Barnes. Those are your 3 receivers. Cat's going to run it inside. He fumbles the football. This was Robinson on the carry, and Bishop Kenny says they have it. Fumble for the Cats inside the 10-yard line, and Bishop Kenny comes out of there with the ball. Turnover.
Yeah, and again, it's an opportunity, you know, to get in and learn from those mistakes and try to get in the groove of playing. You get an opportunity here. You got to take every opportunity you get and make it worth it. And this time comes up a little short, but nonetheless, running clock, so under 3 minutes here in the third quarter.
Third quarter moving quickly. Bishop Kenny fumbled the kickoff a moment ago, so this is their first chance with the football in the second half. They're changing some personnel, too. And they fumbled the football, but they're going to call it down. New quarterback checks in the game for Bishop Kenny. Check the number for him in just a moment, but that was straight handoff up the middle, a gain of about 4-yard line. Or a gain of about 4 yards. They said he was down when the ball came out, so it'll be second down and about 6.
Even Clark saw money signs.
New quarterback in the game for Bishop Kenny. Having a hard time seeing the numbers. We'll get it in a moment. Second down play, they're going to run the football right side around the right tackle, and the running back's got a big hole, and he's going to get out across the 23-yard line before being cut down out there. That was Sean Messler on the carry for Bishop Kenny. And even Clark on the tackle. And Jackie, where did all the people go? Homecoming got over with. People scattered.
Well, listen, you can buy these reserve center sections. They go for about $20 a piece at homecoming night. And people see them, and they see these girls walk across, and then they're out of here.
Out of here.
No football on their mind.
First down and 10 now, Bishop Kenny from the 24-yard line. Wildcats settle in on defense. Got some younger guys in there. We'll call some names as we can. High snap here. The quarterback's going to try to shovel it out here. He's got a receiver. Catch made across the 30. And he gets it out to the 32-yard line before being brought down out there. Some new Wildcats in the game on defense. I see 34. That's Avery Spurlock out there for the Cats, along with 55. That's Bryce Kazmierak. Carlos Jefferson still out there. Also, Orlando Holland still out there for the Cats. Like 26. That's Walker Avera out there, spelling his brother Weston. Walker playing in the linebacker spot, 26. First down for Bishop Kenny from the 37-yard line. Quarterback's going to take the snap, gives the ball to Tabor. Tabor running left side, and the Cats are going to bring him down right along that line of scrimmage, and right on cue, Walker Avera with the tackle.
Yeah, and a great play. Yeah, similar to that Toby Kinghorn play earlier. Walker getting right up there, shedding a block, making a tackle for a loss. So these guys coming right in, and that's what you want to see as a coach. You know, you're able to put these players into the ball game and not see a huge decline in the play.
Number 20, Marcus Wilcox checking in out there. Number 99, Amon Gibson out there for the Cats. Some of the new guys in there for the Cats. Second down play, second down and 11. Toss sweep to the right side. They're going to run the football to this side with Messler, and Messler's going to get around the corner. He's got the 50-yard line, and he goes into Wildcat territory down to the 43 before Spurlock able to bring him down there. That'll be a first down, and that'll be the end of the quarter.
Got a hold there on Bishop Kenny.
That's going to end the quarter on the last play of the third quarter, and we'll move it to the fourth quarter. So let's send it back to Glenn Baptist, try to get a few more commercials in here. We'll take a 1-minute timeout, Mr. John, and we'll be back. You're listening to Wildcat Football on WFBB.
Dual State Real Estate is a proud supporter of Wildcat football. We offer home and land sales as well as property management in Florida and Georgia. Come in for a free consultation and we'll show you how to get up to 16% more for your property. Mention this ad and we'll give you free buyer representation. Don't hesitate, call Dual State, owned and operated by Sabrina Thrift. Call us today at 904-397-0263 or check us out at dualstaterealestate.com. We'll give you service you deserve from people you can trust. And at Dual State Real Estate, we are always Wildcat proud.
For over 50 years, Dependable Heating and Air Conditioning has been serving the community of McClenny. They provide quality air conditioning, HVAC, and electrical work to the residents of McClenny and the surrounding areas. The phone number for Dependable Heating and Air Conditioning is 259-6546. Oscar and Susie Gray would like to say, go Wildcats. Again, that's Dependable Heating and Air Conditioning, 259-6546.
The new quarterback in the game for Bishop Kenny is number 9, James Reeser, and that time he had to scramble out of the backfield on a busted play, and he got upfield to about the 42-yard line, Jackie, and got laid a lick on here. DeHaven Clark comes up and makes the tackle, and it looks like they didn't get some things situated during the break there, and the clock never moved.
Well, I think what they gave them on the holding is, I guess it was untimed down in the third quarter. So now we're at the end of the third quarter.
Always something.
But you're right, Dave Clark, one of the smallest guys on that Wildcat defense, but you'd never know it when you see these guys that he just upends week in and week out on Friday night.
Give a shout-out real quick, Jackie. I was in need of a tire plug this week. I had a tire that needed plugging, needed patching. Stopped in there to McClenny Tire and Lube, and within about 10 minutes, I was back on the road. My buddy Clayton Duval took care of it, and he texted us saying that he's on his way to Milledgeville, Georgia for hunting weekend. So, Clayton, bring us back some meat from up there. Got any shout-outs tonight, Jackie?
No, not tonight. It's been everybody just wanted to shout out for the homecoming.
There you go. First down or second down play coming up for Bishop Kenny. Just underway here in the fourth quarter from Memorial Stadium. Wildcats with a big 49-7 lead. They're going to run the football left side with Tabor, and Tabor's going to be out to the 46-yard line and brought down there. There'll be third down coming up for the Crusaders.
And I tell you what, Tabor not running quite as fast as he was running through those holes earlier in the game. Those Wildcat defense, man. You hit a couple of those guys enough. Dave Clark, Toby Kinghorn, Connor Sal, Derek Kane, a couple of those guys on that starting defense. It kind of wears on you after a while, you know?
No doubt about it. No doubt about it. Especially when you think about the score and what am I getting hit for here? Third down. 1 yard to go. Reeser fakes the toss to the left side. He's going to run for the first down. He's going to get in Wildcat territory. He's going to be down the sideline. 35-30, 25-20. He's going to try to stay in bounds. And Reeser saw one of the Wildcats approaching and smartly went out of bounds. And they're going to have a first and goal.
What a run. What a run. That's the exciting thing this Bishop Kenny offense tonight.
Reeser showing some wheels out of the quarterback position. Got around the corner that time and almost raced his way to the end zone. Jackie, will turn our attention coming up here in the fourth quarter and then next week as the Wildcats will host the Suwannee Bulldogs. We'll talk a little bit more about that Suwannee team in just a moment. And in a couple of weeks, have a playoff game here, as I mentioned earlier on in the pregame. 3 weeks in a row of home games here at Memorial Stadium for the Wildcats. So heading down toward the playoffs. And every year it happens. The season starts, and before you know it, you're down toward the end. Next week, senior night here at Memorial Stadium for all these seniors. And the Wildcats have a few. 10 minutes to go in the fourth quarter, 49-7 lead. Reeser takes the snap, fakes the handoff, and I think that play was busted from the get-go as the Wildcats are going to get a big sack in the backfield. Orlando Holland again
Yeah, I mean, we have called Orlando Holland's name all night long. A couple great defensive plays, playing well on special teams as well. Having himself a game tonight against these Bishop Kenny Crusaders.
Big loss on that play as Bishop Kenny having trouble in the backfield that time. I think that play was meant to go to the running back, and quarterback had to take it. Ended up getting thrown for a big loss by Orlando Holland. And that'll bring up a second down from well outside the 15-yard line, and this is a second and goal. 4-down territory here for Bishop Kenny. Second down play. Reeser takes the snap, fires one to the end zone. He's got a man out there. It's Tabor. Overthrows him in the back of the end zone. Wildcats with a couple of guys back there on the coverage. It'll bring up third down.
Yeah, had the Haven Cart back there, and then looked like number 20. Well, no, can't quite get a number on who else that was down there in coverage for the Wildcats, but had it well covered in the end zone. Able to break that up. Going to bring up a third and goal here from the 16-yard line.
From the 16-yard line, they'll have a third down and goal. I mentioned that Swanee team that'll come in here next week. Jackie, 6-2 on the season so far. Got a win last week against Ponte Vedra, a team that's going to come in here and maybe challenge the Wildcats a little bit. We'll talk a little bit more about that schedule in just a moment. Reeser going to take the snap here, and he's going to be sacked. He is under pressure from the get-go there, and the Wildcats are going to get a sack, and I believe that was Walker Averill coming in there.
Yeah, Walker trying to show off his big brother Weston. Been a force down there for that Wildcat defense for a while. Walker saying, hey, he's not the only, I can play too, you know.
I can play too. Tiffany Cruz, the sister of Kelly Cruz. She's now Tiffany Averill, married to Scott, and they've got a couple of boys on this Wildcat football team. Weston on that defensive line, and Walker getting a spot here, playing some linebacker. Jackie, I mentioned the 6-2 record Swanee has. They beat Santa Fe and Hamilton County to start the year. Lost to Madison County, but a lot of people do. Then they took on Bradford, got a big win against Bradford. They lost to Gainesville Buchholz in a very high-scoring game, 59-42. And then 3 straight wins in a row. They took down Palatka in a shutout, 47-0. They took out Crawfordville Wakulla 21-0 in a shutout, and then Ponte Vedra 14-0 in a shutout. So 3 straight weeks, the Swanee defense hasn't given up a point. So that'll be a test. They come here, 6-2 team that we're very familiar with, obviously. Jamie Rogers, the head coach over there for 4 years before coming back to Baker County and taking us to the state championship. Won some district championships over there and took them to the playoffs, but looks like they're rolling pretty good on defense. That'll be a great matchup, their defense against our offense next week.
Yeah, a good one. I mean, again, we talked about that kind of that small town versus small town feel, so that's what it's going to be. And when both teams are quality teams, makes for a good one.
Fourth down, Bishop Kenny going to go for it. It's 4th and goal. Quarterback throws the ball to the end zone. He's got a catch almost made, and the Wildcats are able to knock it away as Jonathan Barnes was down there on the coverage and got his hands on it and will turn them away, and the Wildcats will take it 1st and 10 the other way.
Yeah, great play down there that time by the Wildcat defense. Big 4th down. I tell you, Reeser did a good job, and Miller did too when he was in the game, keeping our eyes downfield. You know, Wildcats elected to bring pressure there, and he kept his eyes downfield and almost threw it right in there for a touchdown, but a big stop by this Wildcat defense.
Hey, Jackie, I want to just mention our dependable heating and air conditioning coaches show and want to thank Powell Construction this past Monday night. We got some chicken wings down there and had a big time with Scooby Graham and Coach Mays. You can listen to our coaches show Monday night, 7 o'clock each week, and we're going to break down that Swanee matchup with the Wildcats coming up next week here, senior night, and then we might talk a little bit about the playoffs, and Coach Mays liable to bring a player or two down to the show. So listen in to us Monday night, and thanks again to Powell Construction for coming down, giving us a couple hats and some chicken wings this past Monday night.
Yeah, Ryan Powell, Powell Construction, and Ashley Williams down there, and we appreciate them very much. If for all your contracting needs, give them a call, 904-521-1377, and we appreciate the food.
Oh, man. Monday night with chicken wings, with Monday Night Football on TV while you listen to the Wildcat Coaches Show. Can't beat that action. And we'll do it again this coming Monday night. Going to hang out with the former athletic director, Coach John Staples, this coming Monday night. Going to have us over for the Coaches Show.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, the bar's been set high on food, Coach Staples. I know you're listening.
I think he told me he's firing up the grill this weekend.
Oh, boy.
He's getting it ready. Hopefully he'll have something good over there Monday night.
I can believe it.
Speaking of something good, Jackie, what did we eat at the Booster Tent tonight?
Man, I tell you what, we had some pulled pork and some potato salad and some green beans down there from Smokehouse. Johnny Taylor does a great job down there for us week in and week out. And, man, he cooked it up tonight. And Coach Mays had some special guests in town from his old stomping grounds down in Vieira. And so he said, guys, do it up right. So we called Johnny up, and he whipped it up for us. And, man, that's some good eating.
Can't beat barbecue. I wonder if you got any left down there. Getting a little hungry.
If it is, you better catch Kelly Cruz quick. Because now, listen, you want to talk about a joker that'll put some in a Ziploc bag and get gone? There'll be 22 pounds of pork down there on Ugly Lane.
Kelly, if you're listening, down at the Booster Tent, make me one of those Ziploc bags. A little hungry. I was talking to Brad Rollerson earlier, talking about barbecue. Brad Rollerson will be down there at the Moose Lodge tomorrow till late tomorrow night, and Brad cooks up some good barbecue. If you get a chance to stop by there, they've got some haunted moose going on down there tomorrow that's going on. And you got to remember, it's Halloween tomorrow.
The haunted moose. We'll have to get down there and check that out.
Have to check it out. Brad Rollerson checking in with me earlier on. Hadn't talked to Brad in a while. Here's a little underneath screen pass, and Blake Mays is going to catch it, and he's off to the races, 40 to the 45, and Blake Mays across midfield. A big run and catch for Blake Mays on a little screen pass from Noah Ray.
I see you, Blake Mays.
Is that your offensive coordinator, Blake Mays, or is that Brian?
No, Brian's my offensive coordinator. Oh, see. He gets up holding his shoulder.
Uh-oh. That's our kicker.
I can't have my kicker hurt.
All right, so Blake's going to check off, and Cam Smith will check in for him, and that's going to be a flag on the Cats because Noah Ray was trying to run the play quickly and didn't recognize Cam Smith coming on, so that play never happened, but we'll come back to that in a moment. But big run and catch there for Blake Mays. Hopefully he's okay. Looks like he's all right. He's walking it off down there. Jackie.
Kicker lives matter, man.
Jackie, how did the young Wildcats do, speaking of your offensive coordinator this past week?
Oh, you know, I mean, same game. Same game, different week.
So it was a tough one, is what you
It was a tough one. We gave it all we had, I tell you. We went down to the wire, though, this week. It was 13-12 with about a minute and 10 seconds left. We had the opportunity to go down and thought we were going to win a ball game, and instead, in that minute and 10 seconds, had some big-time mishaps and ended up losing 28-12.
It didn't happen.
Didn't happen.
Well, speaking of 13-12 ball games, the middle school this past week taking on Bradford County here at home in a playoff game this past Tuesday night. The middle school got a big 1-point win, 13-12, against Bradford County, and so Coach Roberts and those middle school Bobcats are going to be in the championship game this Tuesday night here at Memorial Stadium against Oakleaf, I believe.
Yeah, playing Oakleaf for the conference championship, so that'll be a good one.
Conference championship, if you're in the area next week, there goes Cam Smith around the left end, and Cam Smith's going to be at the 25-20, and nobody's going to catch him as Cam Smith races it all the way to the end zone. That's going to be a 52-yard touchdown run, but a flag is going to be back around the 35. Check that flag for a moment. It looks like it's going to come back holding on the Cats, but Cam Smith, again, showing off that speed, Jackie, electrifying speed for Cam, just a sophomore on this Wildcat football team.
Yeah, looking forward to great things out of Cam Smith in the future. An exciting player to watch every time he gets his hands on the football.
So, Jackie, we talked about that conference championship, the middle school. Coach Roberts, that team coming down here, they'll play Oakleaf Tuesday night, so Monday night, you can catch us on the Dependable Heating and Air Conditioning Coaches Show, 7 o'clock. Tuesday night, you can get down here to Memorial Stadium to catch the middle school Bobcats taking on Oakleaf. And then next Friday night, back in action here on senior night. It'll be senior night for these Wildcats next week against the Swanee Bulldogs. Should be a good ball game here next Friday night on the last regular season night of the year. This time the Wildcats going to run the ball with Robinson straight ahead. He's going to get down to around the 31, maybe pick up a first down. And Cats getting close to where we can just kind of run this clock out of here, Jackie, as the Cats on top 49-7, going to move to 7-1 on the season.
Yeah, I mean, just, again, the offense clicking on all cylinders. Carson Crawford with a great game, calling it back there. What are you going to do? You know, when this offense is playing like this, there's not too many teams in the area that can stop it. Defense, again, almost pitched another shutout. Only took Coach Canada one time of getting down there and jacking them up a little bit, and they didn't allow that to happen again.
First down play for the Cats. From inside the 40-yard line, going to run the ball again here with Robinson straight ahead and down to the 31-yard line. And time getting short here tonight. I want to thank all the folks for listening in to Wildcat football right here on WFBB. Jeremy Height and the folks doing a good job keeping the live stream action on these home games. You'll be able to do that again next week as we host the Swanee Bulldogs here next Friday night. Looking forward to that matchup, Jackie. Kyler Hall, the coach over there at Swanee, he's trying to continue that tradition that Jamie Rogers had put together there. And you mentioned it. Small-town football, a couple of small-town teams going at it here. It'll be a fun way to end the regular season next week against the Swanee Bulldogs here at home. We'll take a short break at the end of the ball game here tonight, send it back to Mr. Meadows, and we'll come back and wrap this thing up. And Wildcats get a big win here on homecoming night, 49-7. John, we'll take a 1-minute timeout. We'll come back and wrap it up here from Memorial Stadium. Wildcats on top, 49-7. You're listening to Wildcat Football on WFBB.
Hi, this is Larry Birkins of Birkins Chevrolet in McClenny. It is truly an honor to help make these Wildcat radio broadcasts possible. Birkins Chevrolet with sales and service 6 days a week. Cars, trucks, SUVs, certified used cars. We help customers establish or reestablish credit. Thank you, Wildcat fans. From Larry Birkins at Birkins Chevrolet, US 90 in the heart of McClenny.
Online at BirkinsChevy.com. Baker High Wildcats football is being brought to you by American Recycling Center. Recycling helps the environment. American Recycling offers compensation for cans, radiators, copper, brass, and aluminum. American Recycling Center located at 5325 Woodlawn Road. That's 1/2 mile west of 121 near I-10. Open weekdays from 9 till 5, Saturdays from 9 to 1. Telephone 631-0152. That's 631-0152. American Recycling Center. Happy to support Baker High football.
On homecoming night here at Memorial Stadium, the Wildcats of Baker County get a big 49-7 win over the Bishop Kenny Crusaders coming over from Jacksonville, Florida. Wildcats get 555 yards of offense tonight and just rolled with a 49-7 win against these Crusaders. Jackie, want to congratulate again the homecoming court tonight. Want to congratulate, first of all the ladies who joined the homecoming court here tonight on homecoming night, but also congratulations to second runner-up Ella Dunn, first runner-up Chloe Johnson, and then the homecoming queen, Miss Jamaica Jones, 2020 Baker County High School homecoming queen, Miss Jamaica Jones. Congratulations to her. I know it's a big night for her, so congratulations. And homecoming 2020 in the books, Jackie. The Wildcats moved to 7-1 on the year. Big night of offense. We've talked about it all here tonight. Jackie, your final thoughts here.
Yeah, again, you come out and the offense is pushing like that. We talked about in the first half, 14 yards of play. When you're producing those kind of numbers, again, there's just not too many teams in the area that can keep up with that. But you talked about Swanee coming in next week, 3 shutouts in a row. So this offense versus that defense. And listen, don't say Baker County, we got a defense too, and we pitched our fair share of shutouts. So should be a good one next week. So I encourage everybody to come on down to Memorial Stadium next Friday night or listen in, tune in, however you got to get here. I'm telling you to get here because it's going to be a good one.
6-2 Swanee Bulldogs, 7-1 Baker County Wildcats next Friday night here from Memorial Stadium. It will be senior night for the Cats, our last regular season ball game of the year. Cats 7-1, trying to go to 8-1 next week. And then in 2 weeks here at Memorial Stadium, a playoff game. Panama City Arnold will come over to Memorial Stadium for the first round of the Class 5A playoffs. And the Wildcats are building that momentum toward the end of the year. I want to thank all the sponsors that make it possible for Wildcat football to be on the radio each and every week. Special thank you over to Glen Baptist Church and John Meadows for manning the board for us tonight. John always does a great job. He'll be back with us Monday night with the Dependable Heating and Air Conditioning Wildcat Radio Coaches Show. Look forward to talking to everybody then. And then 7 o'clock next week here from Memorial Stadium as the Wildcats in the regular season with the Swanee Bulldogs. So, big win for the Cats, 49-7. And with that, we'll say good night, everybody. We'll talk to you Monday night.